Alright.
It's wrong. The wrong clicker.
Click. Alright, we're recording. We're almost fully live here.
Was that you?
Me both times.
Gross.
It's gonna be in a bit.
Especially once you put wings on top of it.
It's already there.
Yeah. Damn.
What did you eat today?
I had a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I had like a pepperoni turkey sandwich.
Alright.
I had coffee and water and a little bit of sushi.
Oh, not good.
I think the sushi's probably the easiest thing on the gut there.
Fish isn't notorious for giving you toxic gas.
I'm mixing it with the pepperoni.
It's pepperoni by itself.
Trust me,
It's most of the pepperoni.
given my heritage and background, I've had plenty of raw fish in my life, and it's never given me that.
Yeah, that's straight processed.
Processed meat.
Yeah.
It's like the meat sweats, but I'm not.
I mean, I was feeling pretty good today because I had the Drankins last night, so drank quite a bit. We're gonna drink again.
You know what?
We're ready to drink again, so
Word?
on this.
Yeah, they came here
I
afterwards,
know.
and Seth hopped on. He tried to play with me. No. It was hard playing with MXC Honky when MXC Honky isn't doing MXC Honky things.
Right, because
It's like, why is your dumbass just pushing that building? If there's two teams fighting in there, oh yeah, it's Seth. But dude, it's. Have you played any of it yet?
only the actual. I finally got in. It took 4. Okay, so I showed up to the event yesterday.
Was it just as shitty?
15 minutes early.
And still, probably.
I waited till fucking 1:30 before I got in.
Did it start at 1?
Started at 1. It was only an hour long, and then I gotta play.
What was it?
So basically, like, it was just rebirth, and you had to like get like a.
So I saw like all the messages coming through the Twitter or whatever, like regroup or rebirth for this. So I
Yeah,
assumed
so
the
basically
next
it was just
event.
rebirth of the night again, but it had like a little box that you had to like pick up, and then when it got to 100, it nuked the team that had it nuked Verdansk. So like show your name on the screen and that kind of stuff. But when I did it, the first game that I did it, the team that I had was like, and then like I went in again. And then basically at that point, then it puts you in a regular game, like a mini Royale over Dansk, back in 1984. Mm-hmm. So I did it the second time. I was like, I had time to do a second time before my desk appointment. So I did it the second time, and I was in on a team by myself versus 5 people total in a whole mini Royale. It's like, oh, I have a good shot at like making fucking first place. Not realizing that the trio team, there was a trio team and 2 singles. And I killed the single. And so I was like, well, cool. And there's some pretty cool spots in the new map.
Have you fucked with the hunt for Adler yet?
No.
It's fucking difficult.
Yeah?
So you have to complete intel contracts. So there's 6. It's like a Halloween event, but there's this Adler skin you get while he's being tortured. So he's like in a bloody wife beater. He's all fucked up. So it's a skin you get at the end of it. But there's 3 missions you have to do in Warzone and 3 in Black Ops. The Black Ops ones seem kind of easy except for one of them. But the other ones, there's specific contracts at the new factory.
The factory thing is cool.
Factory, farms, and then like, did you see the farm barn that's like nice?
Yes. Everything's like, just like, I like that they brightened up the entire.
Yeah, it's so bright.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking trees, which kind of sucks.
But you can see every character.
Yes.
Always.
Rose is not going to be a problem anymore.
Right.
And then where was the other one? It was, in Summit. The one on the side of the mountain.
Oh, I haven't really fucked around.
I haven't fucked with that
I haven't seen a whole lot of
I just
stuff
messed with
yet.
Factory. Because I was trying to get...
Can you do it in Plunder?
Yes. You can do it in any Verdansk mode. But like, so at Factory, there was 3 of them because it looks like a normal contract, but it's Adler's face. So it looks like a recon or a scavenger or something
Now,
like
is it
that.
specific? Like, is it only like one launch per game?
So they're like when I dropped in the factory, there were 3 of them. But like the whole fucking map dropped on the factory because people were trying to get these done.
Right. So.
And then once they're gone, they're gone. So it's I tried doing that with Seth and
Yeah. We'll look into it some of the next couple days.
then I don't even know who this Rachel chick is.
We've played games with her before.
I know, but I still don't know who she is.
That's fair. I just.
She's like Seth's like come talk to him. I was like I don't know who this fucking person is. We were just talking. I was like hi.
Yeah.
How are you?
Avery kind of sprung that on me and Seth yesterday because he like called us both at like noon. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna like tear one up. And didn't say anything else. I go around, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, I have a dentist appointment. I'm gonna be there for fucking 3 hours. And I was. It was like almost 3 hours. But I think it was 3 hours. And then like, yeah, he didn't tell me that Seth was coming or anything. He was kind of fucking like, yeah, then she's here. And I was like, okay, like random. And she's cool, like, don't get me wrong. She's dope, actually. But it was just like, it was kind of like sprung on me and Seth. And I was like, okay, like, I mean, you could have told us, like, you know, we have people from out of town here. So I was like more inclined to actually show the fuck up or something. But it was okay. It was okay. Alright. What do you want to smoke?
Hookah.
So
Do some fresh.
Apple.
Sure.
I want some of that.
fresh and 2 apple?
Yeah.
I don't have apple, I have 2 apple.
Yeah.
Take
Fresh
that.
and double
So
apple.
it's kind of black licorice-y.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fresh and apple.
You know me, I don't mind that.
You know me.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna smoke it, I'll definitely, I'll hook you up with
Goddamn.
whatever you want.
What's the address here? 1512.
1508.
Damn it.
Thank you for not saying the whole address.
I'm not dumb.
So you know what was funny last night? So yeah. So after Seth had gone home, I guess they were like on Discord or whatever, and Seth calls me and asks for the address. And I was like, you lived here. You fuck. Because Avery was going to order Domino's.
He's never had his mail come here or something?
No, he's ordered plenty of food and things here before. It's Seth. This is who he is. Literally last week's podcast name was, I don't remember. Because he doesn't remember. He's like you. But maybe worse in some ways. Some ways better as like your memory goes, he's better. In some ways worse. You're not the most like forgetful person that I know now. That's Seth.
Okay. So I know I'm pretty forgetful. But, okay.
There we go. Okay. I fucked up and sent it to the wrong address again.
To your house?
Yeah. But I didn't know there was like an actual option to change it after you make the
Oh,
order.
well, it's because they probably haven't confirmed it yet.
No, like in the help, there's like a little help button on the top, and I've never fucked with it. So I just hit it, and it was like, "Do you need to change your address button?"
Oh.
I was like, cool. Ooh.
Well,
Chill with the farts, Eric. It's disgusting.
Not all me.
It's so old. Some light beer until I.
would you grab me one too, please, sir?
What do you want?
Just whatever you're grabbing is fine.
You're opening the door. Actually,
Grab me a Montucky.
I might wait till I'm ready for some Bacardi Limon.
Okay.
Alright. You want a Tom Mucky?
Tom Mucky.
Give me some of that Tom Mucky.
I signed up for like a giveaway of like a year supply of Montucky for free. And then I didn't get it. Now I'm getting like promotional ads from all the people they were partnering with. I'm like, fuck off. They're like, you didn't win, so here's 50% off. Here's 50% off, which is actually like cool. But I also didn't want to like get a bunch of emails that I didn't ask for.
What shit is? Oh, is this the Chiba Hut Frisbee? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why whenever I sign up for something, I use my basic Yahoo email.
I just got really good about just
What the fuck's a Yahoo?
Yahoo.
I got a Yahoo account.
Yeah, it sends all my, mostly my like junk mail.
You have a dedicated junk email?
Pretty much. It was my first email, and then the other ones I just.
My problem with your email is it's
Long.
really long and annoying to type because it has underscores in it.
Yeah.
Come
It's
on.
word, underscore, word, underscore, word, underscore, word.
You're a dick.
So especially on your phone, like on a keyboard, not bad. Obviously, it's pretty
Well,
easy.
phone.
But on a phone, it's just like click, 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 click.
That's fucked up, dude.
When I
I
said
think it's a good one not to get auto-generated fucking ads for.
what's interesting is whenever I want an emailed receipt, I'll do that at a place, and they're like, "Why is it taking so long?"
I'll say everybody behind you hates you.
Mine is difficult because people don't understand when I say MXZ. I'm like, MXZ? Okay.
So EMEGG.
Yeah, dude, they fuck up all the time.
Like,
This is the same thing with our last name, though. Ennis. People fuck that up all the time. I'm like, it's literally...
just N-IS.
Dude,
Ennis.
it's literally tennis without the T.
Yeah.
Or Dennis without the D.
I tell everyone that all the time.
And people say it wrong. I'm like, do you know English, you dumb fucks? Like,
Some people don't.
Well,
yeah, apparently
technically, English is
Dude,
the.
I was fucking one guy up with the phonetic
We're
alphabet
fucking one guy.
up. We were, I had to,
All I heard was, you were
I
fucking one
was fucking
guy.
a guy up with the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah.
So, just in the car industry, you pick it up pretty quick. And
Right.
I use like the legit like military phonetic alphabet. And usually when I talk to somebody over the phone, if I'm reading a VIN or any sort of code, I use that because it's what you fucking do.
I only do it
over the phone.
on the letters that like are hard to hear.
I do them on all of them. It just turns into a habit, and it comes out kind of fast. But so when we program using SPS for like GM stuff, we have to call into our virtual team, and then they log into our computer with TeamViewer and do it that
Okay.
way. So they don't have to have like a
lot
ton
of
subscriptions.
Yeah. And that's actually a pretty cool way to use VMs.
Mm-hmm. So
That's what
M is for Mancy. I said M as in Mancy.
Such a dumb fucking...
But so I'm going through and TeamViewer usernames and passwords is just gibberish. It's just random generated. The users, all numbers, and the passwords a mix. So I'm going through, spouting it off. I get halfway through, he's like, 1, slow down, which already I'm not going fast. It's only 8 digits, alphanumerical. There's not that many options. Like, first of all, slow down. Second of all, just give me the freaking letters. I was like, it's not that hard.
Right?
I guess
Just use the first letter of that.
if you don't know how to spell, I guess this might be a problem.
But it says it in the name. Alpha, beta,
Right, but if he doesn't know how to spell
Right.
alpha, then
but A, Al. Like,
he could
If
be like,
you don't know-
like alpha, like ELPHA? Alpha?
it's like people fucking up than and then.
That's common.
You're like, which is stupid. Like, I can
What?
understand
Then and then.
And then.
than and then.
He's one of the people who does it. He's already
Rather
confused.
than or then, I'm going,
Present tense versus past tense.
no.
It's a
God
completely,
damn it, Aaron!
Damn it.
it's
I
a
know.
completely different use.
Well, I can hear the difference, but I don't.
No, the
One
difference.
spelled with an A, one spelled with an E. And
I know.
They had a different.
Then,
I'm going to here. I'm going to home. I'm going home.
then is like
Then
time
I'm going
based.
to work.
Yeah.
Then is like I'd rather have that
This-
than
yeah.
that.
Dan is more
Do you,
of
you
a or.
will remember
and
that
then
for the rest
is
of your
an
life.
and.
I will quiz you on your deathbed.
Okay.
You're about to close plug real quick. Difference between then and then. Wrong. That's the last thing you're gonna hear for just nothing.
What's up, Lily?
Wrong.
Thanks for hanging out today.
What's up, sis?
I also know she's your sister, just in case you don't know that.
That's fine.
Dan, my sister's husband.
Well, I didn't know if you know multiple Dans.
He does, but he
I
knows what you're
do.
gonna say.
There's your sister's husband, There's a creepy one I fell asleep in the hot tub with.
I don't think Eric remembers that, Dan.
Lindsay's down. Little redhead fucker.
This is good.
I should pass it back.
You smoke hookah?
Yeah.
Every once in a while it does.
Not all the time.
Yeah, man, always. You saying it like you're an OG, like, yeah, dude.
No, I'm not.
He probably tried smoking cookie before you were able to smoke it, but
Yeah.
So.
I remember buying a month's supply of
What was the
hookah.
first time you smoked hookah?
there's no month supplies around here. Why is this? There's fucking 2 months supply on the fucking table.
What was the first time you smoked hookah?
Let's see here.
Probably 20?
How old were you?
2000,
I'm 33.
2008? 2008 probably.
Okay, yeah, I was in 8th grade.
It's possible, yeah.
Still trying to figure out how penises work. Let alone how to suck on other things to make white stuff come out.
I mean, like, I'm
That's
not
good.
an avid smoker or stuff, but I definitely do
There's
it.
only one D in avid. You said avid. Now I'm just gonna listen to your grammatical shit all night after we had that conversation. I'm not an avid smoker, but sorry, continue.
But yeah, so I do it every once in a while.
That was actually a good flavor combination. I'm very surprised at how good that is. I didn't think it would be that good.
I do it about once a week, sometimes twice.
I mean, the once a week for us is all night, so.
And then sometimes I do it. Kill it at home.
Put that microphone in front of your face here.
Like this. In your mouth. God damn it. It's not stable.
Testing.
I haven't checked them, but.
Oh, you know what else I was thinking about? To put this podcast.
I'm making fun of you for it, and I haven't done it yet.
Stupid. Make fun of him back, Eric. Come on. Stupid.
Stupid!
Yeah, you're dumber than him.
No.
Did you catch
He's
that?
just becoming as.
Hold on. Did you catch that?
No.
God damn it. I said you're dumber than him. He still doesn't know.
You're referencing that he has more higher IQ than I do?
Oh, fucking God. Yes. Yes. Correct. Yeah, actually.
Correct.
But no, I said then. It's the wrong. We just talked about the then difference. Suppose he's dumber than you, not dumber than you. But
God damn it, this is I like how this podcast can go from, like, fart jokes and shitting your pants to, like...
grammar and properties.
Right. It's fucking stupid as shit.
What do you mean you don't know how to spell feces?
I probably don't know how to spell feces.
Spell it. My God, we should have spelling bee.
F-E-C-E-S?
Yeah.
Now,
Now, what's the plural of feces?
fecal?
I mean...
Feces is already plural. But I just wanted to see what you'd say.
Fecal matter? I don't know.
What's a synonym?
There's multiple fecal matter.
Which is feces.
That'd be hilarious. Someone wrote that on like a murder report. Like,
multiple fecal matter.
there's multiple fecal matter on the everywhere.
That's probably how they do that, actually.
Multiple fecal matter?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't, but it's...
Not
There is
wrong.
multiple fecals.
They'll probably just say there's a bunch of shit everywhere.
This guy's shit all over the place. Walls are plastered in dung.
Dumb.
No, but I was thinking to get this podcast spread out even more. I don't even know if it's possible because I don't know what Streamlabs rules are or Restream's rules are. But we could add my channels to that too, just for the podcast.
You can just auto-host me.
I don't know what that means.
So on all your channels but Facebook, you can set auto host.
Okay.
So you can just basically when you go into Twitch, you can do it at Trovo too. I haven't looked at, but I'm sure you can do it here. So
Oh wait.
go to Twitch TV. Go into your settings, channels and videos, and then streaming tools. That's not that one. Stream manager. There's a way to do this. Channel.
I know some streamers stream each other's content, so.
So you know you can do raids.
Which I also haven't understood what those are yet either.
So raids are when you stop streaming, you can take all of your people that are currently watching you and to another channel.
Okay.
There is a way to auto-host. It may not be up because I'm currently fucking streaming.
No, we'll figure it out later.
But yeah, so you can set it to where, let's say I'm streaming and you're not, you can set channels to auto-host. So when they go to your channel, they'll see that one instead.
Dope.
And I've seen it in Trovo too.
What's up, Bacon?
Yeah, what's up,
Bacon?
Baconator? So yeah, you can set all that up and then it's just auto stream.
Dope.
How's the kid, Bacon?
He's a cutie pie for sure.
Sup, fellas, happy Friday.
Yeah, I do enjoy that it's Friday. I mean, my days are pretty solid actually pretty much every day, but
My week is fucking nuts, bro.
yeah. Do they can that dude at work?
Great man. Thanks.
No, and I don't know if they're going to actually.
Interesting, just because...
I actually saw him today.
You think it's because of short-handedness, or...
No, I think he's getting lucky. But I think they're making him do things. Like he was mentioning to me, he'll have to go to a driving class, shit like that, to learn how to drive.
Well, I mean, that's good.
But
That's a plus.
which I was like, really, that should be just a regular thing. Like people should just have to normally reapply for a driver's
I
license.
agree.
He's like, you have to every time it expires. It's like, no, you just go in and get a new fucking card. No one
Well,
has
if you
actually-
don't let it expire,
right.
you don't have to. If
If you just renew it for expires, no, you don't. You don't have to. They test your vision, and that's about it.
They didn't even do that for me.
Right.
I
I
got...
think the one time they have, and one time they didn't. They just gave me a new card. Because you can do it even online now.
Right.
You just renew it.
And you can do it twice online for 10 years, and then you're supposed to get a new
It's
picture.
always once.
Well, it says once, but you can do it twice, because I've done it twice.
So you can go for 15 years.
It was 10.
Well, they last for 5.
It was 15 years, actually, before I get a new picture, yeah.
Yeah, because you'd renew, if you renewed twice, that's 15 years before you have to go in and get a new picture. Which is crazy.
Right, because I looked
Because
way different from
15 years
41
ago,
to 31.
You look like him like 4 years ago.
We have spread apart quite a bit, actually, as we've aged. The look is quite a bit different. Because, like, when we were younger, we looked very close.
Yeah. I remember I saw it like come across, I never remember what
Wow.
his picture is. It's like when we first met, that we were all out at the bar. And yeah,
Like
you
four-
look like that.
I mean, yeah, it's not been that long, but as we've aged, it's changed. I mean, the beard helps a ton for me. Yeah, I mean, you look good with a beard too. I know
You
you don't
do.
like it, but
No pain, no gain, dude.
you get used to it.
Not all girls love waxing their butthole at first.
Eric likes waxing buttholes.
Hmm?
Eric likes waxing buttholes. It's something he doesn't know yet, but he's going to like it.
Dope. So good. Huh?
Have you ever heard that term before?
Yes.
You wax it and bleach it?
I don't know about bleaching. I think that's dumb, but
Never know, man.
you might like it too. I don't know.
His future anime wife goddess thing he's looking for might be into it.
Would you bleach your asshole for a girl?
If I was married to her, yeah.
No hesitation or anything. Absolutely. I don't even know what it is, but I do it for her.
Oh, this beer's good.
Because, I mean, like, the only people who are going to be dealing with my asshole then be me or her, so.
I mean,
So
yeah,
that's also
I haven't
sad.
seen your asshole as an adult, so
So.
if there's anybody, it would be me. Cause
I haven't either.
Eric hasn't let the full moon fucking rip in a while. Except for the crack is always hanging.
Will anybody see your little Death Star? Your butthole.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Unless you have a vagina.
What, what else
I was
would be?
thinking that you would reference that I had a tattoo or something.
Do you have the Death Star tattooed on your Death Star?
No.
That'd be hilarious. Just your whole ass, and then that's just the center of it. Like, you know,
The little laser, the little center of the laser part is just your asshole.
it's just the full thing.
The tattoo doesn't look right unless you are full spread cheek. Other than that, it just looks like this weird glob. Like, no, there's
It
more
looks
to
like a roly-poly scenario.
Stick a little, like, green laser up your butt, then turn it on, so when you spread your cheeks, this little laser comes out.
Eric is not amused with us today at all.
Just like, pew! Just-
Also, it's actually kind of amazing how much like darker skin than I am than you are. Like,
You
look
get
at
out more often than I
well,
do.
like even when like I haven't really that much, like 'cause it's,
I work in buildings and stuff like that. I don't really go out and
I
stuff.
work here in this chair.
No, this isn't a building.
You do work at night too.
So, are you telling me that at CSU there are underground tunnels between the buildings?
A couple of things.
Are those the only buildings you work in?
No.
So you do go outside?
True.
Just at night.
Only during like the first little part where I'm like outside for the most part of the
Right, like right now, like you are working in the daylight. Like for like a good portion of your shift.
Because my shift starts at 4, so whenever I go to another building, yeah.
I mean, it's daylight out to what, 8 right now?
Not yet, but it will be soon.
I mean, it's
Carter,
close.
Just rub yourself in some baby oil. Let it burn. You're only out there for like a couple minutes.
He just smells like baby oil all the time. Just get that
What is straight up
fucking, get
coconut
that
oil,
cocoa
dude?
butter, just fucking all over.
You don't want lotion.
Right.
Just like coconut oil. Just straight up coconut oil. It's actually good for your skin.
Eric burns fucking immediately though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I lucked
Apparently
out.
not immediately.
You remember that snow day happened where I drive snowmobiles back and forth and I could have my car?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got sunburn?
Yeah. Because one
It's
day.
different in like snow though.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to sunburn in the
It's easy
snow.
to get sunburned in snow, and you usually rarely even know it because your body temperature is so cold that you don't feel it until you're done.
Eric and Amanda have like they burn like all the time. So like it's
yeah.
and like for me I'm like I had to be out for like hours before
I have to be out like all day to burn.
Yeah.
But then
And then
a
even
couple
then like if I
days, and
do
it'll
burn
be
it's
fine.
like a slight like oh it's itchy.
Like mine will glow like bright red, but it doesn't really hurt.
Yeah.
And it just
Usually
kinda
that's my
heals.
arms. My arms don't really burn because the most exposed thing about me, but otherwise everything else burns pretty easily.
How's your forehead do these days?
So far, it isn't too bad. So I think I've seen a little more sun this year than I have in previous years.
I don't know. When we work at the shop all the time, we are always out and about. So, but I mean, yeah, you burn like crazy compared to me. But I'm just saying, like, our natural skin tone is like quite a bit different. Like, even like up here, like, you know, this doesn't see sun. So, like, and like compared
This
to like,
almost never sees sun.
yeah, that's.
What do you mean almost never? That never.
So, like, even like that scenario, like, I'm pale right now. Obviously, it's fucking April. So, like, for me being pure white bread, like Irish, English, and Norwegian. Like I should look like that.
Like, get a fucking bottle of lotion or something. Do like the brownie and shit. Do something.
No more like
Fake
salt
tan,
bread.
that'd be great. You dark fake tan.
Dude,
I'll pay for it.
Just for fun, just spray tan.
Yeah,
I'll be down for the
like dark spray tan.
It'd be funny.
It'd be great. I'll pay for it twice. You're gonna go twice.
A base layer and then another one.
Fuck yeah.
And it's everywhere, just so you know.
Yeah, we're gonna have. Oh my god,
Like
we're
when
gonna.
you get into a spray tan booth, you're supposed to be naked. You
Yeah.
just close your eyes.
I'm probably naked, but
Can you go in like a banana hammock and we can film it?
If anything, you just have to like get like a sunglass pouch and stick your junk in that and tie it off. But you don't want like you wanna be
Lines.
super fucking brown and then have that pasty butt and balls just chilling there.
no one ever sees that but me, so.
They will.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, at least can we do like banana hammock and we can film it?
That'd be funny.
Can we do it? I'll pay for it. Please?
And naked it is. We just blur it out. Just blur out your little
Yeah.
thing.
I don't mind wearing just boxers, but
You're
Total makeover. We won't touch your hair. Don't worry about that. 'Cause we know you love your hair. But we'll go get you like a Brazilian wax, and we can wax your butthole and spray tan. You're gonna feel like a new man, new golden man.
This is gonna be great. I'll figure out a way to convince you to banana hammock it.
Dude, you don't want lines, man. You just have to just go in there with your junk out. Doesn't matter. No one's in there with you.
I'm filming it.
the person painting me is in there.
It's a machine.
Yeah, they don't do it by hand.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a fucking paint booth for a car. You just get in and there's little nozzles that just from all directions just blast you. They usually work up and down, but it's automated. You get in and it just plays like tropical music while it just sprays down.
Yeah.
That's what it does in movies.
It's not gonna be like a person like doing it. It's like be butt ass naked.
But if that's what you want to do, we'll just go to Home Depot, get a thing of stain. Just go outside the backyard and just fucking with paintbrushes, just
No, but I want to see you dark. It'll help with your sunburn scenarios too for at least a little while.
a little coating.
But I'm thinking like old lady that sat in the sun forever, dark.
You'll have that look, but you won't feel like leather.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Like the fucking like when they look like they're like
Leather.
this.
Yeah. They look and feel like this. They've been in the sun for 60 years straight.
Let's do it.
I don't mind being darker.
Yeah. But yeah, we're definitely like we're gonna figure that out for sure. We're gonna make it.
Funny as shit.
It's gonna be great.
But then, like, you should also just bleach your hair then.
His hair's
Well-
already pretty blonde.
Yeah, but like
Unless we can color it.
bright, brilliant blonde with a super dark skin.
Nah.
Yeah, it'd be
Make it
great.
Pink.
All right.
But it's got to be like hot pink. It's got to be with
Yeah.
your dark skin. It's got to be a super vibrant color.
Perfect. Hot pink.
Hot
down.
pink hair, and we'll do the beard.
Really helps.
Your little stubble will do hot pink too.
We'll leave his beard alone.
Yeah, it might be a little much for professional.
We'll figure out if Chris can do.
Dude, you're gonna get so much college.
We'll see.
buzz.
We'll see if we can get Chris to fucking color your hair because I think he'd love that.
Chris, come to the podcast and do it on camera.
So we'll get you dark, fucking bright pink hair, dude. It's gonna be great.
You're gonna look like Trump, but with pink hair. And maybe darker.
It goes away. It's not like it lasts forever.
Unless you want to do the stain, then it might.
No.
Just outside, you just gonna Just imagine like one of your neighbors seeing that, just him out in a banana hammock on the porch, and we're just fucking paying him with stain. What the fuck are you guys doing? Mind your fucking business.
I'm sure we could buy fucking.
You could buy spray tan lotion.
Right.
If you don't want to go into like a booth. Booths are just easy. But
I'd rather do
if
the.
not, you have to get like the spray tan lotion, like rub your whole fucking body, and then just,
We
like,
can just
kinda
do it
let
with.
sit
We can
for
just
a
do it
second.
with brushes.
You could, but it's a lotion. Why would you use a brush?
This could be funny.
It would be funny.
Yeah, like that's the whole point.
Well, for funny, just get in a fucking booth with your dong out. Then you just can't like live film it. You have to
Right.
record it and then blur out anything for the production.
Let's do it. Well, I'll get you mid-May. I'll get you
What a great green screen opportunity as well.
Mid-May.
Or do you want to do it in June? Okay. I don't know what the difference is. I guess you can be out in the sun more, but so June. We'll make it after my fat half marathon that I'm gonna run. So
That's when I want to get my COVID vaccine shit.
why don't you just go in and get it right now?
Because I wanted to get it in June when I don't have to worry about work. So I plan on taking days off for it.
You should have done
Just
it.
in case.
You should have done it fucking Wednesday
Why Wednesday?
because you had Thursday and Friday off.
Meet with Eric.
Oh boy.
I mean, you already get dark there, Scotty D. You're on the roof all the
Yeah,
time.
you're outside all the time.
But if you want bright pink hair too, get made fun of by all the vatos.
I definitely would like to see the look on a lot of my coworkers' faces.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking fantastic, dude.
That was the point. No one would even notice I was just taking a placebo.
Fair. But yeah, you can just go like they don't even require appointments at the fucking ranch anymore. You just go get it done. Do it tomorrow.
Well, the reason why I said like is I would like to do it on weekdays, so I can take time off and then have a longer weekend or something like that.
Okay.
And
I got mine 2 weeks ago.
I want that, and also I think in June because then I don't have to worry about work as much because
Okay, so get your COVID thing and then we'll fucking do it. How's that?
our slowest months are the summer months. So if I'm out, no one's gonna give a
It
shit.
would have just worked perfectly this week because you already had the 2 days off. And there's no appointment needed right now. You just go. As we'll see, and if you do it tomorrow, you get your first one tomorrow, and then in 2 weeks you get your second one, because J&J is still not back on the market just yet. You have to have 2.
Yeah, I know.
And then if it fucks you up, it'll fuck you for Sunday.
Which I want to go on a hike Sunday. Which I don't want.
Whatever. If you don't feel good, just don't go.
Plus, if I can get it through work too. I get Moderna through work.
Okay.
So
I'm just saying you should get it as soon as possible so then you can just not have to worry about it.
I'm in no hurry.
I mean, you see more people than I do.
But it doesn't really affect my life. I don't go out and do a lot of shit like you guys do.
I mean, we only just started going back out.
Yeah.
Like, that's only been, like, recent. This was, just because bars been open late so we could actually go.
I was actually surprised yesterday I went shopping and I asked when the place closed and King Soopers was midnight. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're back to normal hours now.
Surprised.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of thing. Like, I got mine, like, so now, as of today, I'm fully good because it's just 2 weeks afterwards. But yeah, I'm fully good to go now. I can't wait not to wear a mask. Even though I bought custom ones, I cannot wait.
Well, my school is looking like I'm going to have to wear a mask regardless for the rest of the year.
Right.
But it would save me from going every week to get a saliva screening. Because once you get the COVID shot, you don't have to worry about going to a saliva screening.
Fair.
Just do that every week.
Yeah, I do that every week.
Retarded.
I mean, it's free 99, so.
Yeah, I don't pay shit for it.
No, it's not the dumb part about it. It's just dumb.
They just don't want no outbreaks at all, in the school system, so. But yeah, I mean, you should get it as soon as you can. Again, I got mine, I just happened to have an opportunity for an appointment. I went and got it. Now you don't even need an appointment for it. They just drive up and fucking do it. And they get out of your car. You just fucking get stuck in your car. They make you wait for 15 minutes to make sure you have no weird effects with it, and then you're fucking good to go.
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah.
So you go there and you're waiting 15 minutes. You roll all the windows up, lock the doors, and pretend to have a fucking seizure and see what they do.
That's when you get windows broken out.
I don't need that in my new car. Maybe if I had a shit box, it wouldn't matter.
You do. It's a Subaru.
I bought that car brand fucking new, man. I ain't gonna do that shit to it. I'm not made of money.
No one's technically made of money.
I mean, there is people.
No one's made of money. It's
Jeff Bezos might be made of money. Magic Johnson
the
has
only
survived.
person on the earth that might be made of anything other than human tissue is Elon Musk because he might be a robot.
What about fucking creator Facebook? Whatever his face is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's just a nerd.
Right,
He's
but
human, for sure. He's weird. But he's perfectly. He's within the human weird.
I don't know. But
space.
people like Jeff Bezos, he's got just so much money that he might just be injecting it. I mean, that was the joke for Magic Johnson because that motherfucker's still alive, fucking 30 years later, 4 years later,
Sure.
with fucking HIV. How?
Magic.
That was the joke. He's just fucking blending up money and just injecting that shit.
Fuck it.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not made of money either. I mean, I spend it like I am, but I save too. Don't get me wrong. If I made twice as much money, this life would be wild.
If I didn't have responsibilities with the money I'm making right now, I'd have a lot of money. I did 100 hours this week.
Damn, that's good fucking cash right there.
Yeah.
It's good cash. I mean, that's when you're good with your job. You just fucking pound it out, do your thing. So, I mean, if I got,
Yeah.
I mean, it happens in a fucking scenario. We've done 100-hour weeks just without getting paid well, Eric.
And 60 of those hours were today and yesterday.
Holy fuck! No wonder it was a late day.
Yeah. Man, it's paperwork. It's usually
I mean, you took half the day off on Wednesday too.
Yeah. So I get mad. Fuck it. But there was because usually I'll try to keep up with my paperwork as the day goes. One, so I don't have to do it when I get home. And two, so they can get their invoices quicker.
Right.
Because I have to send my stuff to my billing department, and then billing finalizes it and then sends it to them. I don't send the bill directly to them, so it takes a little bit of time. Like today, when I'm barely gonna have enough time to do them all without paperwork, I just get them all done, and then I have 12 to 15 invoices to finalize at the end of the day. But whatever.
I mean, yeah, 100 hours that's pretty good cash at your pay rate. So that's good stuff. So I'm glad that we talked about this before. I'm glad that you like your job.
Stays steady because last week was 90 hours, this week was 100. That it could stay right there in that range.
Stack the cash. It's one of those things where if you can still have fun with your life and do that kind of
It's the first
kind
time
of
I've had a substantial savings.
Yeah, it's good.
Really good.
I mean, fuck, that's fucking good shit right there.
All up some few
Some
years.
some weeks I wish I made commission based because there's some weeks I fucking pound out work, and then there's other weeks like this week where I didn't really do a whole lot. It would be nice but if I made money per, per unit, I would fucking crush. I would be like, give me everything.
Yeah.
That would not be I would automate a lot more of my job and make it very easy if I could just get unlimited money.
Yeah.
But
Did you get that $30,000 job done yet?
no, I really hope that they don't actually pull that scenario. That's literally 2 months of work of me doing nothing but that.
It's only 300 hours.
Of really boring. Yeah, that's 2 months. That's because 2 months is 320 hours. Right, 8 weeks.
No, dude, if you work nonstop, 12 and a half days, have that fucker done.
Right. Copying and pasting and no way.
Figure out how to automate it.
Well, I will. If they actually do sell it, I will figure something
Just
out.
run that 30-hour project or 300-hour project in the background while you're doing other shit.
All of a sudden he'd be streaming. Oh, I gotta do this work.
I do that anyways. He sees it sometimes where I'm like, well, I'll pop up a stream like, oh, I'm gonna do some work now, and just fucking hop right back into it. I mean, that's why, like, like my job right now is pretty like, I don't like it because it's boring, not because it's a bad job.
It's just basic.
It's just
mundane
basic,
shit.
boring. It's the same thing over and over again.
Integrations and numbers and spreadsheets.
Yeah. So like that's what sucks about it. But like it's kind of nice though. Like if I, since I'm not customer facing, like it.
It's also just like it's boring, but it's easy.
Right. So it's one of those things like if I'm like not tired or whatever, I'll just stay up fucking midnight to 6 in the morning, crush out fucking 12, 15 hours of work, and then not work for fucking 2 days. I'll sleep till fucking 1, answer some chats in the middle of it, good to go. So that is nice that I can do that, but it's not an inspiring.
I'm done.
It's not an inspiring scenario where I'm like actually like being creative. It just numbs the brain to where I don't even like want to do anything else.
Now, mine's not necessarily boring, but it is very repetitive, which actually doesn't hurt either, because then you just start to like memorize the procedures.
Right.
And I've gotten to the point where like the Toyota adaptive cruise controls, I haven't done it like 15 minutes.
Isn't that like a 3-hour job? Yeah. See, that's where you get your scenario.
Yeah. That's where like when
I mean, that was like the same thing with like, I can do intake manifold gaskets on a fucking LS motor style, like pickup, like 25 minutes and it pays 2 hours.
Yeah.
Great.
Like it was like last week when one shop had like 5 or 6. They had 6 big calibrations. So I was able to spend the whole morning there. So I was there for 3 hours and logged like 21 and a half or whatever the fuck the math is.
Good shit.
Yeah. It's great. And then, but I can keep the higher pay rate because I'm also mechanical. I can do diagnostics. I can do whatever. So.
Yeah, flat rate jobs, like, there's some days where you get your ass kicked, don't get me wrong. Like, or you've never done something or whatever, and you have to, like, figure it out. Like, much like the transmission in my truck, when I was doing that, like, it took me way, way, way longer, because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't want to fuck up $1,000 fucking unit. Whereas, like, now that I know what I'm doing, even after the first one, I'm like, I could probably bust one of those out in, like, 2 or 3 hours pretty easily.
Like, I just had a Chevy Silverado. It's a bunch of airbag work. It was about an 8.5-hour job. It was the both front seat belts, buckles, and the seat belt retractor assembly, the buckles, the pre-tensioners, the height adjusters, the driver's airbag, which somehow like melted the wiring to the clock spring. I went to go, which I've never seen before. It's not like they pull out of amperage, like they fire and that's it.
Yeah. I've never seen them out.
I went to go unplug the airbag to just replace it, and the connectors were melted to the back of the airbag.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Cause like there was like
It must have full force. The thing is, like, when it does that, it's a full force scenario probably, and it like heated the bag up enough.
might have, yeah. But I had to go plug. I was like, yeah, no, and it's an airbag thing. I was like, you can't.
Right. Get me a connector.
Well, I guess GM doesn't mind if you repair them. I was like, just give me a new clock spring. Like, I'm not doing.
Right. I mean, the labor rate was probably the same as like just.
Well, the clock springs now are kind of stupid on those because now instead of just having the connectors all right there, it's just a little thing. There's a good like 3 foot.
Feed down.
Yeah, but the way it feeds through the dash is dumb as hell. It goes up to where you can't get to it. So I've got this long like, fucking pry bar in up through the dash, and I pop the like little plastic rivets out where they're supposed to be, and feeding this thing up. I had to fix like mechanic wire to the end of it because I knew once I got that out, there was no way I had to get it back in. So as I pulled it out, it fed the wire through, so I could just pull it back.
It's like older, like GM steering columns where they have that long wire for the fucking ignition switch and shit.
Yeah, like that, just routed in the dumbest possible way.
Well, GM's always been like really bad about like having like dumb wiring harness scenarios, like on like Duramaxes where like you had like it's the whole wiring harness. You had like feed all of it through like replace the wiring harness. Whereas like it's like Ford and Dodge, like they're all like external, so it's just a section that's yeah, it's long, but like you don't have to like unbolt it from the fucking the main wiring line.
Like there was this Mini Cooper that they tried to get us to put a harness in, and I gave it to somebody else because I was just busy, and they told me, or I guess turns out they just assumed, but they told me that like an airbag circuit was fucked up, and with Minis you can't repair those circuits. They don't allow it. So you have to just replace the harness. This body harness in the Mini went all the way from the front, and the harness was the rear washer hose.
Yeah.
Taped into the harness. So the wiring and everything stopped pretty much at the A-pillar. Then you just had this one fucking washer hose that you'd have to take out the rest of the harness, cut it open, to lay in that washer hose and then tape it back up.
I think that's one of those moments where I would trim the washer hose, pull it all the way out, and then just tape it on the outside.
Honestly, for me, that would have been a moment where I cut the fucking washer hose and spliced it back together.
You're right,
Said,
yeah.
Fuck it, because I'm not doing that. And then he went and found out that they were just 2 normal sensors, so he just replaced 2 pigtails and called it a day. Good. Fuck it. But did I tell you about the harness? It was a main engine harness on a Honda I had to replace, a newer Honda. That was the most insane. Yeah, I'll take one. It's the most.
Same thing.
I'll take a Montucky for the second one. It was the most intense. I think it had to be at least a rabbit. Something got in there, fucked some shit up. It wasn't a mouse. It was way too much damage to be a mouse. Like the hairs I was finding were like 3 to 4 inch long black and white hairs. A raccoon couldn't get up in there. Like, there's not a lot of space in those new ones. I mean, it could have maybe.
It
But
was a baby one.
Yeah, but babies don't typically fuck shit up that much.
It wouldn't have made sense. So I was thinking like maybe just like a rabbit or a hare.
Rabbits are,
Rabbits are known for that.
yeah.
But it chewed through the thickest part of the engine harness, where like 50 wires run through. Chewed
Gross.
it clean in half.
Gross.
And like coolant lines. It started to chew into the air box.
So this car just sat forever.
Not according to the customer. According to her, she was driving it and all of a sudden it just stopped running. No. That damage wasn't done overnight. There's no
Right. I mean, squirrels fuck shit up too, but they're not typically white. I mean, squirrels, rabbits, and mice are pretty bad. Like, when I worked at the dealership, the Chevy dealership in the late 2000s, that's when, they were making they didn't have any deterrent in the wires. So they were most of the new GMs for like a long time, they're made out of grain, the sheeting is.
Yeah.
So like, we had lots of problems.
Yeah, they're grain, they're salt in them, so they just go nuts.
Yeah, so like basically like they just like ate all of the wiring harness on GM cars, and like it was really bad there because we had the military base there in Cheyenne. So then these cars would sit for 6 to 10 months sometimes, to a year, and they were basically brand new cars, but the wiring harness was trashed, just fucked up. And they're like, well, it should be under warranty. Well, it's not under warranty, it's external damage, so I can't. No, you're wrong. They thought it was warranty. So they had this brand new cars with fucked up wiring harnesses that they're spending, multiple thousands of dollars fixing. just because they let them sit, and that was a big problem for a very long time. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 years there. I was actually a little worried with the Envoy sitting for as long as it was that I was going to have problems with that, but I haven't noticed any weird scenarios, and the mice didn't get to it at all.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen any mice around our place. I assume we definitely have rabbits, of course.
Some got into,
I'm just lucky that it's old enough that it's just still plastic wiring.
Some got into Michaela's car when she was parked in the garage. So I went to go open the glove box one day. There was just a pile of like shredded napkins. Fuck. But I put like mouse traps in there and I never saw them. But I also don't like. I've never smelled anything dead. It's been cold the whole time, so maybe like when summer rolls around, I might start to smell something. But who knows?
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, I was kind of worried about the scenario because, like, you know, a wire, like fixing wiring harness in the car's been sitting for 2 or 3 years. I was like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know, when I fired it up, with, you know, the transmission was still broken, and it fired right up, and I was like, I mean, I was surprised on the fuel alone that it was like good enough to run. Like that alone, I was like, well, at least I know that I don't have evap leaks.
Right.
They probably didn't target your vehicle as much, the mice and the rabbits and stuff like that, because the mice probably targeted the vehicles inside the shop more.
Right.
Because Dad has problems with a few of those.
They'll typically go outside more, actually.
Not around where.
Well, it's just windy as fuck out there too, so that probably helps.
Like the thing with the outside is like inside, mice can find plenty of other places to habitate. But outside when it's cold.
Yeah, but you know when the cars just sit there for 5 years and don't move, that's where they find.
It's turned into a home.
Yeah.
At that point, like, this thing ain't moving. But
Yeah, I was like super happy when it fired right up, and I was like, immediately too. Like it didn't like it wasn't like click 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 like brr, and brr. It was immediate fire. It was like bam. I was like, thank fucking God for one. Like because I've had problems like on the MR2 that I had from James next door. Like I had that parked, you know what, for like a year at Scotty D's building over on Trilby, and the mice had gotten to the spark plug wires. They ate all the spark plug wires.
fuck.
Nothing else but the spark plug wires.
Can you imagine you just gnawing on it when you fire that thing up? Done.
They probably would explode.
Yeah, probably. A little
I
bit
mean,
of
just blah.
blow their jaw apart.
I mean, that car was disgusting anyways.
That would
Just,
just launch. You see this burning pile of smoke go flying.
that'd be fucking great.
Just like 15 feet away, there's just this like corpse on fire just in the middle of the street. Like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, that car was fucking disgusting as it was because, like, James didn't clean it at all. And then, like, so the mice probably got into it, like, here, because he never really drove it a whole lot either here. And then when I put it out there, like, there was just piles of fucking rat shit just everywhere. And, like, when I was like, it's $400. I don't give a shit. Take it. Get it out of my face. You know, they actually K-swapped that car. It's got a Honda, because it blew up immediately.
I remember one of the mouse ones I did at the dealer. I don't know if I ever told you about that. When I worked at
Dylan Bob?
there was a Chevy Silverado that they had done some damage. So I tracked down where they were nesting, and it was in the cowl where the windshield wiper motor is. They made a nest right over the HVAC vent. So like shit, juice, and piss was going through it, but all like the solid stayed up, which is fine. But I still had to pull the whole thing out to wash it out. I'm going through, because I hadn't found any live ones, so I pull out the nest just for fun. I like put it on the bench next to me and started digging through it. I found 3 little dried up baby bodies, and 1 adult body. I was like, so there's a possibility there's still one like in here. I'm going through just cleaning it, and all of a sudden this thing shoots out of the fender, runs down my leg and under the car. It was like either the mom or dad just took off. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, it happens. I think the most disgusting thing that like I had to deal with in a dealership scenario is it was like I think it was a Malibu. They like drove over a deer that was like already downed, and they're like, it was like stuck in the fucking subframe. It was fucking gross. I know service radio, so I like this time I wasn't working on it, but it was fucking nasty. It was like
the nastiest thing I ever had to work on was that skid steer with the cat. Ever tell you about that one?
no, but maybe you haven't. Tell again.
It was it's when I worked at Ingle, and it was the owner's mom's skid steer, because they all live on farms. They're farm people, and she went out to go start in the morning to start getting some shit done, and heard something happen. So from what it looked like, there was a cat sitting on top of the engine, nice and warm. It was one of their farm cats, probably.
Yeah.
Because you could see where it was like clawing for its life. So they started it up, and the tail got sucked into the fan, and then just put it through, shredded it up, and packed it into the radiator. So what you can see where it was like clawing down the intake. It's like it's an old cat motor, but the intake's on those like 5-inch pipes, just clawing down that fucking thing. There's scratch marks everywhere. And so we had to replace the radiator because it fucked it up, and all of it was like kind of packed in the bottom corner. It was fine until like it was removed, and then because that side was all hot and baked and crusted, whatever. But as soon as you like got to the raw side, I ran outside and threw up.
Yeah, shit is fucking nasty.
It was gross.
When you get animals are just, when they get caught up in like machinery, it's fucking gross. I mean, farm like skid steers are already disgusting because they never clean them. They never do shit.
They're full of dirt and grass and shit.
We had to do like an engine on one of our family friends' ones.
Yeah,
Jack's, and it was a very old one. Like, you know, it didn't even have pedal controls. It was just all hand controls.
We should have cleaned from the start. We should have just cleaned that one the fuck up from the start.
But like literally just like digging mud out of the fucking chain drives.
We probably dug what, like 400 pounds.
Yeah,
of
there
that
was just
shit?
400 pounds of cow shit, you know, fucking horse shit, and just fucking.
Mud and...
It was gross. And we, obviously, like all in our shop too, we didn't have the equipment to really work on it right. So like everything's all super heavy. So I'm like using engine hoist to move shit around and stuff. It was the fucking worst. I hate working on machinery. Like we did the engine on that fucking. It was on a fucking old forklift.
Oh yeah.
And it was for, you know, for the
like a
machine
peanut
shop
oil?
next door, you know, the one next door or whatever. But like, there's no way for us to like really take it apart. So I literally rebuilt an engine. Like, luckily it's, you know, hard materials, like that kind of stuff. So like you can just hone it. It was probably okay. You know, ran at low RPM anyways. It's like whatever. I built that engine inside of the fucking forklift.
Yeah.
It was such a pain in the ass. It was a fucking L-style head too. So like all the valving was a pain in the ass. Like we were sitting there like fucking grind, like, you know,
Yeah,
trying to like
pretty
grind the
much on
valves.
top of the fucking thing, like a good chunk of it.
Yeah, it was, and everything's so goddamn heavy. So like it's sitting like only like up like this far, and it was, dude. I hate working machinery.
I remember
on
taking out the
tools.
head, and literally we had to use a hoist for the head part because it was, like it didn't look very big, but it was thick as fuck.
Yeah, it was just this
Wait,
old
shit.
cast iron, like 40s.
Well, like this one, like most skid steers under the engine, it's got like that conical pan with the drain at the bottom, so you can just rinse it out and it'll all like kind of funnel out. So as I'm cleaning all that out, there's chunks of fur and meat and shit everywhere. So I'm hosing it down. Then to realize as it's filling up that the drain plug it's like plugged.
Right. With.
So then I'm gonna stick my whole fucking arm into this disgusting cesspool to unclog this thing. 'Cause I couldn't get it from the bottom. I could feel the dirt, but every time I pushed it up, it just came right back. So I had to like go in and break it up and force it through the hole.
Yeah, it sucks.
So I went and got like one of the old
I get a
parts
trash
machine.
bag.
So I did. So I got a trash bag and I put it from here all the way up my arm, and then a glove, like an old parts washer gloves that came up to my elbow, and it was fine everything until I stopped paying attention,
Then you rip it.
and the bag ripped inside the glove somehow, and I wasn't paying attention, and the glove was under, so the glove was filling up, and then the bag was full, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah, like
Oh.
you're probably not even trying at that point.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, shit is fucking nasty,
that
dude.
was the grossest thing I ever worked on. The smell is so bad.
Yeah, it's
So
fucking.
we had one lady
gross.
that she ran over a mile marker. This old lady, and instead of just like either just keep going and like drive over it since it's bent, or just stop and wait for the professionals to come get it off, she decides to just try to back up and see what happens. The mile marker came back up through the engine compartment, somehow missing everything. I had to repair like 2 wires. But it, like you can see where it kind of scraped against like the brake fluid reservoir thing. Like put a pretty good gouge in it, but not enough to leak. Like it's like you almost fucked up a lot of shit. But it came up right between the subframe and the transmission. It's a perfect gap.
You
where
should
it
ask
just
Eric
stayed
when you ran
right
over a
there.
mile marker sign.
Was that after the horse or before the horse?
Before the horse.
So you started with mile markers and graduated. So
No, actually, I started with a sign and then.
He started with rolling over a car.
No, sign. The reason why I say the sign is before I was legally permitted to drive, I drove that Rebel. I drove down the street and I hit a sign.
Oh, I forgot about that.
how'd you hit a sign? There's no signs in the middle of the road.
This is why I don't like bottles underneath my.
He learned the hard way not to have a bunch of trash in your car.
Yeah.
Something stick on a pedal?
No,
or-
so I couldn't push the brake.
No, what happened was the bottle went between my foot and the gas pedal, and now I meant to push it a little bit. It pushed it a lot because of the bottle. So I was actually going a lot faster, and then when the bottle tried to go stopping, you're stopping a 60s car. It's not going to stop on the dime because it's a big old boat. Didn't phase the car really at all because it's a big old boat.
Jeez.
Then you rolled the car over a couple
Uh,
years later.
Yeah. That was
Have you ever heard this story?
I don't think so.
So it starts with a poker game night.
Yes. It was it Friday or
It was some night. It doesn't matter. The day.
Sunday night. It was one of those two. It was either Friday or Sunday night because we were coming to work the next day. I had this Ford Escort wagon, and
I love that car.
yes, it was cream colored. It was my first car I drove with 18. I love the car a lot.
It was a nice fucking
Yes.
ride.
And one night, a bunch of us guys were playing at the shop, poker. And I don't know what it is about me, but I'm pretty lucky about not losing really at all at poker very easily.
He doesn't really know what he's doing. He just plays
But-
forever.
I also don't have a tell, but I'm also not great. Johnny's great at the game.
So you're just one of those people who's constantly telling you just don't know it? Because everyone's got to tell.
No, he doesn't.
I don't have a tell.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
It's true.
Well, no, here's the weird
So
thing.
it's just that you have a tell, you just no one knows because you don't know you can't bluff because you don't know what you're doing.
Pretty much. Also, most people, they know they don't keep a 2 or a 7. Well, 2 and a 7 happen to be some of my favorite numbers.
Sweet.
Yeah, but they're not very useful in poker.
But here's the thing. A lot of times with 2s and 7s, I can get a full house easy for some reason. That's what I said. I keep 2s and 7s where other people don't. So people don't know how I play. But besides that, I'm playing against a bunch of people and Johnny's really good at card games. And we get down to where it's just me and him. It's 4 in the morning. And I'm like, just give me my money back, Johnny, and you can have the rest. We did $5 bet-ins. So that's what happened. I got my $5 back. I drove home. Next day, I get up 7:30ish or something like that. So I had no sleep. So I set the cruise control to 77 miles per hour. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm dozing off while I'm driving. So, and I'm thinking 77 miles an hour is good because it's a little above speed limit. No
So
one.
obviously you probably know this now, but pro tip, if you're tired, you do not set the cruise control.
Not only that, I don't ever drive when I'm tired anymore. Because I remember, slight doze off, there's this car in front of me, I noticed it. It had to be going 55 on the interstate. Because I blink and I basically am right fucking behind it. So instead of me trying to hit it, and I try to swerve, and when you're going that fast, and you hit swerve, it's not good. Especially when you might accidentally hit the brakes because you're incoherent. Yeah, I wound up fishtailing it a lot on the interstate and then rolling it in the center V by Wellington. I was never so awake. I almost had it on its roof. I was tall enough and smart enough to do this where I could pull my seat all the way back and put the thing back, grab everything in my car with my arms, and launch it to my side to prevent the whole car from rolling. But basically, I
It was on the side.
Yeah.
He just sighted it. Got all the way up to like not.
Because you know, right there.
Let it continue rolling. He
Yeah.
got on the, like all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah. So right there, the middle of the median is like a V. So that's why I kind of rammed in through it to the side.
Yeah, then he pushed it over.
Yeah.
And then drove it back into town.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, pushed it back over, drove it into town, and drove it that way for a while.
Yeah, we fixed some stuff.
It was a nice ride too, like for what it was. I mean, we only paid
Yeah.
like a few $100s for it. I mean, this is like early 2000s, so everything's cheap.
We paid $1,200 total.
Yeah, so like either way, everything's fucking cheap.
And
Push
we
it over.
worked on freaking escorts like crazy, so it was.
Because I had two at that point. Like we just because you just buy them for fucking a few $100, have all the parts you need to fucking fix everything.
Yeah.
Like the engine at the time was from my bright pink one,
Mhm.
because from the oil incident.
Yeah. Fucking guy.
Hey, it was the first. Because it looked like it wasn't coming up in the stick.
Right. I mean, I see your problem.
Like I said, it didn't show up on the stick, so I was like, it's gotta be losing oil. And I don't want to drive no oil, but it wasn't losing oil.
I get where you're coming from. I just can't think like that as a mechanic.
Well, if you saw no oil in the dipstick, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna figure out where it's going. I'm not just gonna keep fucking dumping oil in. If I'm at the capacity of what should make that thing full, and there's nothing on the stick, be like, okay. If there's nothing on the ground, there's nothing on the stick, where's it going?
I still don't know how you basically fit 5 gallons of oil in the top of an engine.
That's impressive.
Right?
Some Magic Johnson shit.
On a 1.9 liter 4-cylinder.
It doesn't even hold that much.
Eric's a little smarter now, but at the time he fucking had no idea.
Obviously. That's impressive.
Right.
Yeah, no. What I would do is I'd be like, okay, it should be full. Where's the oil? I'd make sure like the right.
wasn't leaking, so.
I'd make sure like the right dipstick was in there because some people are dumb like that. Like there's other things I would have checked. I wouldn't have just kept necessarily dumping, but it's okay. I've seen other dumb people fill oil too. It was my grease monkey story, which you told at the same time, where I didn't do it, but I watched some dude completely put 6 gallons instead of 6 quarts into a Chevy because he's dumb. And then I also watched. That was when I worked down in Loveland. This when I was in the back still as a mechanic. One of the service writers comes up. He's like, "Hey, do any of you guys have like a really small funnel? Like, what do you mean? Like, we had like our little BG funnels. It's about the smallest funnel you have. Actually.
Right.
You don't really need tiny funnels for anything." And so I showed him that. He's like, "Nah, it's not small enough." I was like, "Hold up! Like, what do you need this funnel for?" He's like, "I'm just trying to put oil in my car." I was like, "This should be sufficient. You should honestly use a bigger one." This dipshit was the service writer was trying to fill his engine oil through the dipstick tube.
I mean,
On a vehicle,
Well,
on a specific little Acura beater, where the oil fill cap
it was on the top.
is 2 inches away from the dipstick.
okay, that makes a little difference. But I was like, if you put it.
This man should not be a service anything.
No, there's not a single car I've ever seen where you cannot get to the oil fill. Ever. So that's a pretty important thing to be able to get to. Like Beamers, certain cars don't have dipsticks, period. But
I'm trying to think if there's any like that I would know of that like you would fill it that way. It'd be older.
Well, I can't think of oil, but I can think of transmission.
Well, yeah.
transmission, that's standard practice. There's no fill. That's where you fill it. Unless you've got a machine hooked up to the lines, that's where you fill it, through a dipstick tube.
Right.
There's
Well,
no other way
and
to
like, or cars that, if they don't have a transmission like dipstick, sometimes they're like, filled from the side like Toyotas.
Right.
But,
Like kind of like Subarus had that tiny little dipstick.
yeah, for the front diff.
Yeah. But there's no car out there that recommends filling through the dipstick tube for oil.
This is old school.
No.
I mean,
no car I've ever seen or ever heard of has ever not had an oil fill cap.
it's like when you put, you would do it if you had
I have seen
old, like 350s where they have.
Yeah, that's what
I
I was.
have
where
seen people where
you put the
have
older-
the breather caps. Remember
Right.
those? When people don't know that that's a cap.
Right. So, but it's like when you take the older 350s where they typically have the big nozzle on the front, but then you put those valve covers on a newer style engine.
Yeah.
So that would be one of those cases, but that's already, that's changing from what it was supposed to be.
Right. There's no car that ever rolled off the line where,
Right.
hey, you put the oil in the tube. Transmission, yeah, all the time. No doubt. Because it's either a manual transmission, you fill from the side, or even some automatics. Now you fill them from the bottom. I fucking hate that. Like Fords. Ford's the worst with that. When they
I
had,
remember the one Volkswagen had a bitch of a time with.
So I've learned how to do those ones too, where you fill them from a different port where they're not supposed to be like filled, and you just put too much in there because you're supposed to warm it up and then take the thing out to let them drain to the spot they're supposed to be at. Those ones are kind of a pain in the ass when you don't have the proper tools.
Mm-hmm.
And the Fords are the same way. When you don't have the proper tools, are kind of hard. Much like,
Well, you want
do
the
you
proper
remember that
tools.
oil change you did on that Toyota where you took the transmission fill out instead?
Ah.
I learned the hard way on some old transmissions. Like before when I did that, when I was working that restoration job, like early on. Like the old school manual transmissions, that certain bolts on the outside are just not meant to be touched because they are holding up internal components.
Right. Those are dumb. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So it was like, cool, I'm just doing a service, whatever, fill it. That looks like a fill plug. And
Right.
It did. It looked exactly, the head was identical to the
same.
fill plug.
But it's right next to it.
Yeah, but the other one was caked over and I couldn't even see it. It's like, fill plug. Took it out, gunk. I was like, fuck was that? So I didn't pay. I was like, whatever, probably, I don't know. So I filled it, the fluid went in,
Right. Because you can fill them anywhere.
and the other part dropped enough where the bolt went back into the hole, but there was nothing to thread it into. It's like, okay, this just came out of this hole, what the fuck? And came over and looked, and then I had to drop the transmission and take it apart just to put that bolt back together.
I mean, I hate like old shit like that anyways. Like you look at like fucking like those like separate fucking T cases where they have like the drive shaft between the T case and the transmission.
Stupid.
So fucking dumb.
Old transmissions were fun to work on, though. It's just a giant cast iron box.
They're,
And then
they're,
just
they're,
gears
once you
and
have them
signals.
out, they're fun, but not to.
Not to get out. It's just heavy and
They weigh like 500 pounds.
Yeah.
You're like fucking like, especially when you're trying to put them back the fuck in with the clutch. You're like, "Grr," like I'm tired. Get the fuck in there, you fuck.
Now we have jacks and stuff like that, but before we didn't have them. It just fucking sucked.
you just pull that
I
out.
told you what we used to use for transmission jacks, right?
No.
So you know those like big
Guns.
old bumper jacks
Oh yes.
God damn it.
that has like the flat.
Yeah.
So we had like
The high
a snap
boys?
up. Yeah. So we had some ones that were like flat topped from Snap On.
I still have some.
We have them still.
And you would use those to jack
That
up.
that would be the transmission jack. So the lowest it would go is fucking here.
You still have to lift it up to that point.
And the head's only like this big.
I remember when I was working again in Loveland, and we had this one fucking kid. He didn't last long. He had like nothing against people who have it, but he just like total stoner, had dreads, had the shit going on. Like, dude, you shouldn't be a mechanic. Like, you're a shade tree. He would constantly do just shady shit. Like, what are you doing? And then he was working on a Miata. Needed a clutch. He thought he was big man. So he tried to just onto his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Oh.
And then he got himself stuck, so I had to go help him because he got it all loosened, got it off, but the input shaft was still like kind of jarred in there. So he's just stuck. Now what, dipshit? Now you're fucking stuck. you're tired because you've been under there for like a minute, which doesn't sound like very long, but when you got a heavy ass
Yeah, when you got like
transmission
100
shoulder-
pounds sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's a lot. And so I had to go over there and just help him get it out. And then he wants to go put it back in. He's like, hey, can you come help me lift this and put it back in? It's like, hey, dipshit, go get the fucking jack and put it in like a normal person. Like, no, I won't.
I'll do that with T cases.
T cases I can do by myself.
Like, a Chevy T case, gravy.
Bam,
Yeah.
comes right off. Nowadays, I'll ask for another person just because I'm getting old.
Well, it's also one of those things like just like
I
to
don't
have
have
the
that.
extra set of hands to help you get it off your
Because
shoulder.
they're awkward as fuck.
Yeah, they're really weird. Like, that was like even the same thing like when I put the T case, the transmission back in the Envoy, I had Wingate there, like I was like, for that front drive shaft on that thing is impossible. I don't know how you would do it without taking the T case out.
On what?
On my Envoy.
Oh, yeah.
Because like there's not
There's no
enough
room.
there's not enough slack on it to
can't,
pull
like,
it out.
compress it enough
So
to-
I was like, we're
yeah.
gonna bolt it to the front first, and then you're gonna help me when I pick it up. You're gonna slide it onto the fucking the slide shaft. So you slide it in there, cause like, and that's the moment that I need your help. But like, yeah, just having somebody else there to help you do them is the way to go. Because like, yeah, I
It's
mean,
just
in my
easier.
pro,
There's no-
like when I was working cars every day, all this stuff, a T case for Chevy pickup, great, done. Don't
Yeah.
need anybody's help. But like, it's still nice. Like if you do like fucking yeet it out like too hard, like it's stuck or something.
That's what I'm
Because that happens too. Like when they get like the liquids like suction stuck.
Yeah.
You're like trying to like fucking like really like pimp it out, or you need the fucking pry bar to pull it out.
Yeah. Well, and then I figured out where this kid got this idea on the Miata. Have you seen the video of the super buff mechanic who did do it?
No.
So he was working on a Miata, because they're not big by any means.
Right.
They're long, it's like a standard transmission, behind the engine, but they're kind of small. This dude, I saw the video, I mean, this guy's stacked. He moves that thing around like it's made of styrofoam. He straight up just takes it like this, sets it down on the floor, gets the new one. If this guy's so strong, just gets the new one, picks it up, slides it in.
He probably
See,
does this
and
shit
I've
all
done
the
that
time.
with manual transmissions on occasion.
Certain ones you can't.
Yeah, where it's. Have you ever done a transmission on the ground?
No. Thank God, no.
I had to do one on a. This is why I hated this truck so much. It was like a welder's truck or something. It had this big ass fucking metal bed, so it weighed like 12,000 pounds. It was this fucking
ours-
huge 3500.
Something you
doesn't-
can't even put
and it
on
was-
a rack.
Yeah, it's just
Can't
too
put
big,
on a rack,
and we don't have a
Our-
4-post, so like
Right.
can't put it on there.
and our freaking jacks did not like it at all.
So it's this
It-
big
it-
ass.
it's
It's got
too
big old
fucking
bumper.
heavy.
It's just heavy as shit, and it's a manual. It needs a clutch.
Take it somewhere else.
So I'm doing this fucking on the ground with this big. It's a 3500, so it's got a fucking NV fucking 15, big old fucking nasty bitch. So like,
Fuck that, dude.
I'm like, so we get it out like I'm thing, and then
I can't.
also with this truck, it has the bushing for the pilot instead of a pilot bearing, and it fucking will not come out. I'm like hammering on it, like with the fucking slide hammer,
and we can't
hammering
get
on
many
it.
people
So
on
now
here.
I'm sitting there for fucking 3 hours, like fucking cutting into it with the fucking air saw, like just to get it broken to pieces where I could smash it apart. And then I had to like, tap in the new one, fucking make this fucking transmission fucking go up, and then it's a 3500 too, so like the T case is heavy as shit, and I'm like on the fucking ground, like
and there's
fucking.
not much space, so I can't really help him very well. And what was Mark?
Well, yeah, Mark, like you and Mark, like tried to help me, but it's basically me
Because we couldn't
doing
get,
that.
no room.
because we
Yeah.
can't get underneath there really, because even our air jacks did not like lifting this.
Yeah, it just did not want to go up. So like, I'm just like,
it's the
I'm
truck
like
that
fucking.
only fits on a 4-post, and that's it.
Yeah, it needed a big hoist. We only have 10,000 pound hoists. So like, if you get 20,000 pound ones, like they have for buses and shit, like they have big boy ones.
Well, we like Ingold. I don't know. If you
We
saw
probably should have asked the guy that was the shop behind us that has the buses. We probably should have.
Just wheeled over. They have the big old like wheel jacks to jack them up really
Oh,
high.
yeah.
So like they look like.
These things are crazy, dude.
And to be under a bus on 4 just posts, like.
Dude, I've seen people doing that. And I'm not comfortable with it. I understand that they work, and I get it, but no, fuck you, never. Like I can't get.
It's
behind
wild, and you're not wrong. Maybe we should have been like, "Hey, like, can we like bring this truck over to do it with that? That would have been nice."
that. Like racks are bolted to the ground for a reason.
I ever use one that's not bolted to the ground. It's fun.
Not safe though. Sure, it's fun as hell.
No, it's not. It's not either. It's not either of those things.
Heck, our hoist was not very happy with
When that old hoist broke above my head, that was like probably like 17 or 18 at the time, and we had this old hoist, which we still have, because my dad's a fucktard.
He uses it for his car.
Yeah, but like
Warehouse.
the pin like lock on like one of them like broke. So it's all and like luckily I was working on a truck that like wasn't like super heavy. It was a postal truck, so it was crazy. And like it touched my head where the frame did, and I was all got lucky there. Like real lucky when the fucking hoist breaks, the metal is fucking broken through. But that was also a fucking fiasco to get the fuck off of there.
Oh, I'm sure. So that was like the story that I was going to tell with because down at Ingle, they had the big, like, I think it was like a 60,000 pound 4-post because we did RV shit. So I was out there working on one day, and the only reason it didn't go worse was because it was a puller, not a pusher. So the engine was still in front.
Yeah.
Because one of the back locks broke with a big fucking 60-footer on there. And if that thing would have been a pusher, because the engine would have been way past the rear two posts, it would have fucking pulled that thing down. But luckily, the weight was so offset.
Yeah, these sketchy independent shop scenarios is like when you
I
look
hated
back,
that
you're
wreck
like
so much, dude. I remember having to like do brake jobs on that because obviously when you're doing you have to get the tire off, but you have to get it high enough to. So we had these like giant industrial like RV jacks. So you have to put it up on the sketchy ass 4-post, lower it down on these sketchy ass fucking jacks built for RVs. And it's just weird having.
Was it outside too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Where are you gonna put that thing inside? You'd have to have a whole fucking building.
Right. I mean that's. I mean I don't know where Ingalls is like that scenario, but
it's outside.
yeah. Outside lifts are like, especially like here where it snows.
Like in the summer, I loved them.
Great, fantastic.
Great. We're outside. You get a nice breeze. You're outside. Play music. It just feels good. Fuck winter, you just don't use it. Fuck that thing.
Whenever we had to work on like big motorhome stuff, that was my dad's sketchy. He's just get it done. Motorhomes are the worst things to work on ever. And he would like take on like we need to replace like interior fridges and shit. And you're like,
all the coach
this
bullshit.
Is not fucking what we do. Like,
No,
stop doing this shit.
It's a completely different industry, man. And,
it's like working on a house versus like fucking.
That's the thing, like houses are a lot to maintain. Technically,
right?
Like once they get to a certain age, cars are a lot to maintain. Somebody thought that like 2 negatives equals a positive.
Well,
they're also just a double negative that stays shit.
It's like not even like that they're a house. That they're a house built shittily.
Yeah, they look nice on the inside, but it's just plywood and spray foam, and that's it.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Like the idea that you could be standing by your closet trying to pick out an outfit and accidentally fall onto the engine is a problem for me. Right?
They're built so poorly, especially like those like 60s, 70s, 80s ones. Oh. Dude, they're terrible.
Like the new ones.
They run like trash. They have a van body, so they're extra hard to work on.
Oh yeah, they always have the doghouse up in the
big
front.
ass seats and shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool. Now I gotta remove 400 pounds just to get.
They always just smell ripe.
They never smell
great.
They never smell good.
And after a while, you couldn't seal the fucking doghouse shit.
Yeah, like the fucking seals are just so bad you can't fucking buy that shit because nobody builds vans. So you're just like, well, guess you're gonna fucking air leak. Just fucking you can hear your engine all the time.
Like I hated working on like the 4-wheel drive conversion vans.
Oh fuck that noise too.
Dude, those things suck.
Just vans in general are fucking horrible.
Garbage to work on, even minivans. There's no fucking.
Have you ever worked on like the Toyota like spaceship vans?
Mm-hmm.
Where like they're like dumb.
Yeah. There's no room. There's no like.
Where you sit on top of the engine.
Yeah. There's no room to do anything. It's annoying as hell.
In my opinion, if you're ever gonna make something that like it's that enclosed in a fucking thing, you better make sure it has like 8 bolts so you take the whole fucking thing down.
No, you
The
just
chassis.
punch yourself in the face, realize it's a stupid idea, and move on. Fuck any of that.
I like.
Because they do. There's only 4 bolts that hold a subframe up.
80s and 90s minivans
Jump
were
hold.
fucking terrible. I will say one thing about growing up in a shop and like, you know, just making shit work has made me a very good person to like just make shit work.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Like I won't like.
You just learn how to manage with the shitty environment.
Yeah, and like when you like don't have the proper.
Or know
tools and
exactly to
shit.
go, I'm not fucking touching that.
That's why people like sometimes, very seldom, be like, "Oh, that person's a shady mechanic." I was like, that's just kind of unfortunately how they were like trained. It's like
Right.
they had to use what they had because they started a shitty shop.
Well, that's you know, I'm kind of glad that cars are becoming more difficult to work on in like a technical sense.
So you can't do that at
Right,
home
so you
shit
don't have
anymore.
like dumb bullshit happening where like,
Yeah.
oh now you tried to do your head gasket yourself, this car's been apart for fucking 4 years and now you want to put back together.
Right. Is our food here? I totally forgot we were.
It has to be here, you should probably check. It's all at your house, Mikkel's just eating it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely here.
It's probably been here for a while.
I totally forgot.
Past experiences of crap make us all super happy about dishing on it.
Hello, how are you? Intermission. I'll be back on camera in like 2 seconds. Some cholo ass shit is fucking rolling in here. I miss my cholo. Clankety, 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 clank.
Yeah, the bag's pretty cold. Like, I don't really feel any heat coming from the inside of the bag.
Oh well, shit happens. It'll still be good. We're just having a good time training along.
Eric, I got your favorite.
Got some biscuits. Getting that bread. Bread. That's bread. Nice. I love that you and I like the same kinds of foods. Because it makes it really easy when you like those like order wings.
Well, I forgot the sauce, so I'm gonna see if I can get $20 back for a honey mustard missing.
Thank you.
Bread. Let's see.
I mean, they're not cold, so.
Missing items.
What are you gonna put for that?
A cider option missing.
It's one of those moments where, like, as long as it's like one of those things where, like, I don't even really care if I got that or not. I mean, their honey mustard's fucking dank.
Like, I don't care that I don't have it, but I'm excited that I get a credit now.
Right.
How much you can give me for some sauce?
No, the fries are cold.
Oh my god.
What they give you for the sauce?
$17.
I mean, fuck it.
That is fantastic. The whole order was only $30. I got 2/3 of it back because they missed a sauce.
That works for me.
I'm fine with it.
That's a round of shots, and you know, we'll go on later.
I brought you a plate and some silverware, Eric, if you want to.
Okay.
I'm assuming you've already ate 2 meals from Raising Cane's, but...
No.
Yeah, Carl Jr. instead.
Oh, sorry.
Only one meal.
You're saying no like you've never done that. Like I'm just lying. You're like, no, dude, I've never done that in my life.
I have had 2 meals
Often.
but not from Raising Cane's. Well,
You showed up here with I remember because you showed up here with like a giant
Actually-
bag from Raising Cane's and a gallon of tea. I was like, oh cool, you got food. You're like, this is for me, and you ate all of it. I've never done that.
I've actually done that, but I haven't ate it all in one sitting. It's been hours in between.
Sure.
I've seen you eat 2 DP dough.
The DP dough and the Qdoba are understandable. They have been done in the same setting.
I
It's not understandable.
I can't eat the amount of 1 DP dough on my own.
DP dough's a lot.
I haven't had that in forever.
It's all tomorrow. I just can't eat DP dough anymore just because it ruins me. And it's not good enough that I will want to be ruined by it. Like, it's not that it's bad or whatever. It's just not good enough that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to ruin myself today for that one.
Like,
I'm trying to remember when I had DP dough last. Oh wow.
honestly, pizza's probably the only thing I'll ever ruin myself for. Again, I love pizza so much.
I don't know. I thought, like,
Outside of that, I don't really miss cheese that much.
like once you get rid of it, it's really not that bad to deal with.
Well, like outside of, like obviously a pizza is different.
Mm-hmm.
But like, pizza and quesadillas and mac and cheese, like my favorite foods. Mac and cheese, obviously, without cheese is just mac.
Which is, no.
No, yeah, exactly. And then, quesadilla without cheese is just a baked tortilla. So it's chips. No, well, fine, but
Chips, yeah.
it's not a quesadilla anymore. Like sandwiches, I don't care. There's no cheese on my sandwiches anymore. It makes no
You
difference.
just get like spicy mayo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
So
spice
you
it
just
up
get some
otherwise.
different toppings, get some banana peppers, get some other shit. You don't
Yeah.
even care that there's no cheese anymore.
I got like into spicy mustards
Mm-hmm.
a lot. Hot sauce is a big thing for me. Like, if I want a pizza, I'll order from Casbah because they have a really good vegan Casbah. The one from Cosmos was my favorite pizza place. Their vegan pizza is gross.
Doesn't
like-
Crazy Carl's have one that's not bad?
I haven't tried theirs.
I'll try that. I love Crazy Carl's, dude.
It's my favorite pizza place.
He gets the barbecue base on his pizza.
Extra barbecue sauce, spicy it up.
Yeah, he's.
Theirs is the only pizza with pineapple that I actually don't have a problem with. Because it's a barbecue chicken pizza.
Mm-hmm.
They put pineapple on it. Like, that mix is fine, but like the whole Hawaiian pizza bullshit,
I like pineapple on pizza.
I don't. Just like, I don't like the way pineapple tastes with marinara sauce. Like pizza sauce. But when it was on there with the barbecue sauce and like in a barbecue chicken type of thing, but that's not bad. It just,
That's
I
fair.
also just internally get offended every time I see Hawaiian pizza. It's not even spam, bro.
Right. If it was
Everyone knows, like everyone makes that joke. Everyone knows that spam is Hawaiian. Period.
Right. I can see that being like a real like scenario, spam and.
It's a
Spam?
thing in Hawaii. They do it because they do it right. Like
How do you-
Canadian bacon on a Hawaiian pizza. How the fuck does that even make sense? It's Canadian bacon.
It's ham.
I know, but it's that like it's what it's called. Like Canadian. Why would you
Right.
put that on a Hawaiian pizza?
I don't know.
I don't know where the name came from, other than the obviously the pineapple scenario, but
It's just
But I think that's all.
take it and turn it to bacon and be fine.
I like Canadian bacon.
I don't not like it. It's just not like it's not my favorite meat. Like it's not anything special to me. It's just I'll eat it, but I look like, well, we gotta get Canadian bacon, man. Like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I like pineapple on pizzas. I have no problem with that. But you're right. It should be fucking spam.
Absolutely.
And pineapple.
I would suffer through the whole marinara pineapple imbalance if there was spam on there.
That's weird, but.
Well, the spam gives you more of that salty, savory shit.
I don't really like spam that much, though.
I Dorothy got a can of Spam for her birthday. From my mom. Like, literally got her a can of Spam.
I mean, you kind of grew up with the scenario.
Yeah. The Spam used to be, it's rice with a piece of fried Spam on top, wrapped in seaweed. That's all it is. And it's delicious every time. If you like it.
It's pretty hard to fuck up.
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
There's a perfect amount of rice to Spam. There's usually like a nice little sauce you put in there.
So you're basically saying if this rice is fucked up, you can fuck it up.
Absolutely. Just like sushi. If you use like the wrong kind of rice for sushi, it's no longer sushi. Like you have to use Japanese sticky rice or like just Asian sticky rice in general. You have to cook it to where you can like just roll a ball of rice and it stays together.
You know,
You can't use like long grain Mexican
San Francisco fucking rice.
or like the Zatarain's fucking microwave rice. Like you can't use that shit. You have to use sticky rice. Because the seaweed doesn't really hold it together, really. It's just kind of the thing.
Yeah, the sticky rice is
It would hold itself together without the seaweed. But. Ouch.
That was good. I was really hungry. Nom 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 noms.
I wonder how long that was sitting out there. Curious.
Based on how cold the fries are, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It is raining outside, I think.
Yeah.
Or it sprinkled at some point. The roads look wet. Fun fact / weather update. Oh,
Spicy today.
they are pretty good, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to want that big one, but I'll do it. And a bitch. I still want to get Eric on the death nut.
You might like it.
I hope not. That'd ruin all the fun for me. It's hot, man.
I like hot stuff.
Yeah,
But this it's like
I've only seen him struggle a couple times.
what's the hottest? Do you know like the hottest Scoville you've eaten?
He's straight up eating a ghost pepper.
Yeah, but this is hotter than that.
Yeah, but like different.
It's different when you eat a straight up ghost pepper.
Like
It's
when you eat like a jalapeno straight, it's different than a jalapeno sauce.
Right, yeah. But like, it's aggressive, man. And you might, but it's a trip. It fucking burns. It's 15 million Scoville units. It's pure synthesized capsaicin. It's been like extracted.
I probably would struggle, but I probably like it.
No.
I mean,
I struggled, okay?
even though we had that special Mad Dog sauce that was like 1 million Scoville or whatever, I liked it, but I was hurting.
That was only 1.2 million.
Yeah, and again, it's different when it's dry versus like when it's not, like scenarios.
Yeah.
There's different scenarios with that.
There is, but yeah, Mad Dog's only, that anniversary of Mad Dog's only 1.2. The hottest nut in that challenge is 15 million. It's hot.
Yeah,
But I also feel like it's kind of hot where like, you know when it's cold outside? Like below 10 degrees, it's just fucking cold.
Right.
Like,
So when it's hot, you're just
it's
hot.
fucking hot.
Yeah.
This one's just like, fucking hot. It was rough.
I mean, I think Paul has another one. I'll just order one.
Yeah.
Let me know when the next time you have a day off, you're actually gonna come. Because again, he just showed up. Like literally, like I heard the door. I thought
2 weeks ago.
Did you just find him on your porch again? In the back? Just
no, that was
chilling?
funny as shit. But you told me on the stream.
Yeah, I was like in a couple weeks I'm going to see you.
Yeah, but there's like a specific date.
It's true.
But like I thought you were coming to the door, but then like your text message came up that you were gonna be late later, and I was all, what the fuck is going on right now? Because Eric has a similar like on the ground, like when I hear you walking is pretty similar, and so I was like, the fuck? Because you tend to actually walk louder when you come in the house, when the first, you know, when you first coming in. But yeah, it was one of those moments where I was like, I thought it was gonna be later. It's 6:45. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's cool. I like Eric being here, so.
I'm indifferent. Dude, those are hot today.
They're hot today. It's good.
It's like a lot of habanero, not a lot of mango. Also, that one I was just eating had like.
Why are you struggling?
We're not you, Eric.
But you guys eat more hot food more often than I do.
Not really. But also.
Yeah, you do.
As a rebuttal to your question, why are you single? If we're just gonna start being offensive to each other. Fuck yourself. Why are you struggling?
Because you guys eat way more Music City Hot Chicken than I do. You guys
I haven't
eat-
had Music City Hot Chicken in a while.
It's been a while for me too, actually.
Pretty much, I get it like on Father's Day, and that's it.
That's because McKellar got mad the last time. Remember that? When we ordered on stream?
Yeah.
And she was like,
You got Music City Hot Chicken?
because you got her Taco Bell or something?
Oh yeah, I remember
She
that.
likes Taco Bell. But she also likes Music City Hot Chicken.
Right.
So she was kind of upset. But I ordered them Taco Bell, then I ordered us Music City, and she's like,
I think I was there this time.
You might have been.
probably.
I don't get it just that often because it ruins me. There's definitely butter in the fucking scenario.
I haven't been. Yeah, I'll say like I haven't. Like she still cooks with butter, and it doesn't bother me. But we also might not be using like butter. Like probably like maybe a vegetable oil spread or what the fuck ever.
That's fair.
Which I don't. But yeah.
I mean,
I know
I've
they use like real fucking butter.
Yeah, I've cut it out so much that it like even when I get Chick-fil-A, no butter on the bun.
That's just wrong.
That's how I do it. Sauce it up.
Also, open on Sundays, you pieces of shit.
Hold on.
I get it on Mondays because I always want it.
Everyone wants it on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's when everybody wants it. And I get it the whole, you're Christian and whatever, take a day off. That's fine. There's 2 different fucking shifts at least. Right? You guys don't all work the same shift all fucking week, so you all have to take off Sunday.
Right. So I just order it on Mondays.
It's like
For
on
lunch?
his 7th day, he rested. Your 7th day doesn't have to be a fucking Sunday. It's like, fine, some of you get Sunday off, some of you get Monday off. Eat a dick and stay open. You would probably...
You're that or
You
open
wouldn't have
in the
survived in this
afternoon
town way back in the
after-
day.
Huh?
Way back in the day, nothing was open on Sundays. Like 20, 25 years ago, nothing.
When I was bored, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
The hospitals apparently were. That's about it.
Well, you can't really close off.
I just think
so.
the blue laws are stupid, dude. I don't understand. Like, there was a time for it, whatever. But
No, there wasn't. This should never been a case.
not like when people were a little more small-minded. Like, I'm not like, I get it why it was a thing. People were more small-minded. It was kind of like that.
Well, it's just because church.
Right.
And my opinion
Which
on church.
kind of can go with the small-mindedness thing.
Right. You're right.
Like, so just, I get it. Why
But yeah,
they do it.
grocery stores weren't open. Everything wasn't open on Sundays for the first
That makes no sense.
many years we lived here.
Like, that's just... I think some people use it as more of an excuse than an actual like, legitimate reason.
My thing was like, churches in the morning, why can't you be open in the afternoon? Because
I don't give a shit. People need days off. Let them have their day off. Like that's why, with
I'm
our,
saying everybody has their days off though. Like not every single Chick-fil-A
you're way
employee.
more mad about fucking Chick-fil-A not being open than you
I
should be.
always want on Sundays. It's never open.
That's why I made it my ritual for lunch on Monday.
I mean, I don't get mad when we talk about like in 15 minutes. I'll forget we had this conversation. I always want Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. Always. I don't. Just, you know.
I'll just go to Cane's or something.
And I love Cane's, but it's different.
That is different. Chick-fil-A's just got their secret sauce, man.
Well,
Besides their actual sauce, like just their.
So like yeah, like I like it.
different kind of
It's not like I like have to have it, but I just made it my like that's my Monday lunch.
Every item they have is fucking fire. Like their breakfast, like chicken minis, like on the little biscuits.
I think that's dumb.
They're good though.
Did you see the Tim the Tatman video on this?
Uh-uh.
He had one on his second channel and they're just chatting. Like, yeah.
Tim Tatman too.
Where he's like, those are dumb, and I agree. They're stupid. They're chicken nuggets on biscuits.
They're good.
Just get chicken nuggets and biscuits. It's cheaper.
Well, the
Yeah.
canes are the canes
Well,
only
that
got
doesn't
chicken
change the fact that they're
tenders,
good.
and then when you have the sandwich.
I'm not talking about cost. I'm just saying, take
No,
a biscuit, put a chicken nugget in it. It's good. I don't care how you get there. It's
So
still good.
when it comes to breakfast, you know this very well. The spicy chicken McGriddle with egg is OP.
Absolutely.
There's nothing better.
And before I learned I was a lot. So when I worked at Community, we all got into that heavy.
Right. There's nothing.
A lot of mornings, I would stop by McDonald's and get 2 sandwiches for each of us, 4 techs. I spent like $30 fucking on breakfast.
They're
sandwiches.
expensive with an egg.
I got spicy chicken McGriddle, add a folded egg, add cheese, add bacon.
Dank. There is
Dank for $8
Yeah.
a sandwich.
there is no better breakfast.
No.
There
It's
is not-
so fucking good.
There's not like he's gonna say Qdoba, which I love Qdoba breakfast too. Don't get me wrong.
Qdoba breakfast burritos are great.
They're like I don't.
These sandwiches.
They're crack.
No, I know what you mean. Here's the thing. If I go to McDonald's, the only time I want to go to McDonald's is when it's fucking breakfast menus.
So no, but
I love the McGriddles as well.
Have you had a
the
spicy?
chicken McGriddle?
No.
Oh my god, it's so fucking
Even
good.
just get it with because the normal one is just fucking McGriddle buns with a patty. That's it. That's still fucking great.
Dude,
But you can add cheese and egg and
there's
bacon, whatever you
no
want.
better breakfast.
It's so good.
There's nothing better because I like spicy chickens. I'll eat those all day, no problem. Like they're
Yeah.
good. But like you put that McGriddle on, like it's that syrup infused fucking.
Syrup infused buns with the spicy chicken.
It's so
It's kind of like
fucking
chicken
good.
and pancakes instead of waffles. So
Yeah.
It's essentially chicken waffle sandwich, but it's spicy
It's
chicken.
so fucking good.
Pancake waffles with syrup in them.
You'll have to go because it literally like I get that a hash brown and a large orange juice, and I'm like gold, and I love that. It's so
Dude,
good.
I love Pepsi with breakfast.
Weird, but you're not wrong. I mean,
Like,
people
I'll
like
always
it.
like Bloody Marys, mimosas, whatever. But for some reason, Pepsi specifically is very good with breakfast food.
I'll agree.
Like Coke, nah. Like Dr. Pepper, nah. Pepsi, for whatever reason, with breakfast is amazing.
Like I mean, I'm down with this. Like you can do the soda thing. Like go to
done it
Wendy's.
in a while.
The Wendy's like the breakfast fries. Have you had those yet? Oh
Breakfast fries?
yeah,
They have burgers now.
they're like-
I want to try it.
their breakfast is the food is okay, but the breakfast fries if they had that all the time, that's all I'd get.
What are they?
They're like there's like potato wedges, but like they have like stuff like their special like sauce on like not sauce but like spices
Seasoning?
on it, and they're fucking so good. But and that like you know you can get a breakfast baconator and like whatever else like it's good. But like again, it's like if you like go through like cool this is a thing. But like their fries, I'll go get like the biscuit with the chicken on it, do the thing, and then you get the large lemonade, the natural lemonade from Wendy's. Their natural lemonade's
Pretty good.
pretty
Pretty
fucking
good.
good. It's obviously not good for you. It's 100% sugar, but it's fucking good.
That's why it's good.
It's like how I like sweet tea.
Well, I mean, you just got even the base one. You didn't even get like the fucking like heavy one.
Even just like normal tea is not bad. So unsweetened tea.
Sweet tea is kind of like my like. Again, when I order from Chick-fil-A, I get the large with no ice because I don't mind my drinks warm.
Also, fuck ice.
Yeah, ice is terrible for
So they
fucking.
fill the whole fucking cup. So one, you get less drink. And two,
So
just eventually turns
here's
into
something
water.
you can do too because I actually McDonald's sweet tea is pretty good too. Is you just get the $1 large, the super large fucking
Yeah.
with no ice, and then
A couple ice on the side.
or you just go home and you fucking fill your pitcher full of ice and then you fill it up.
Yeah, too.
I like warm drinks, so it doesn't bother me at all. Anyways,
Yeah, it's good, warm or cold, doesn't matter.
yeah. So like when I order Chick-fil-A, biggest fucking drink, no ice, sweet tea, Mondays every time, and I feel horrible afterwards because it's so much sugar, but I love it.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A sweet tea.
Their lemonade's good too, though.
Yeah. Well, as I said,
McDonald's sweet tea is pretty
if I'm gonna buy a
addicting.
gallon jug of sweet tea, it's gotta be from Cane's or Chick-fil-A. Like, it's gotta be from like one of those places because I dislike buying it from anywhere else because it doesn't taste good.
I wish we had like
Arizona's
sweet tea, like
tea isn't bad.
again for $1.20 or whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not.
But again, at that
I'd
point, you just go to
rather
McDonald's and just go
spend
to the drive-thru and get a $1 fucking extra super big.
As far as like gallons go.
Yeah.
Like it said, I go.
Like, if I go to Arizona, I'm getting half and half.
Yeah, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed about those goddamn fruit snacks. So I see the ads for the Arizona fruit snacks, and they have the Arnold Palmer fruit snacks. Yeah. Okay.
Just wait.
I'll tell you about that. So I was like, I kept seeing the ads. I was like, fuck it. I liked Arnold Palmer's when I drank them, that kind of stuff. So I bought the Arnold Palmer.
It's alarm.
It's time for third lunch.
I bought them expecting them to be.
That's the end of my second break at work. If I was at work.
I fucking bought them expecting them to be flavored like half and half. Lemonade, sweet tea. They're not. They're fucking mixed fruit. And they're good.
They're normal fruit snacks, just branded.
They're good. Like, they're good fruit snacks. Like, whatever. I'm just mad. They're fucking branded half and half without being half and half fucking fruit
no
snacks.
reason.
Yeah, no reason. And their regular green tea ones are also the same way.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and they're not bad. Like, I bought like a $20 box of them and I ate them. They're good. But I'll never buy them again because they fucking bamboozled me.
If the CEO is currently watching, go fuck yourself.
Hear that? Or please change it to what we
To half and half. Give me half and half fucking fruit snacks.
Dude,
That's
that'd
what
be
I want.
bomb.
Right?
Half fucking tea flavored, half lemonade flavored.
That'd be fucking dank.
Great.
So good.
Just like moving towards space food at that point.
Right. That's what I want. That's what I wanted from them. I was so pissed. I'm mad now. I haven't had that box for 3 weeks. Like, and again, they weren't like expensive. I think they're like 90 cents a pack or whatever. Like, it wasn't like crazy money. But I was just like,
It's disappointing.
I want what you said. They are.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what is it, a bait and switch kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, even if it's good, I don't want, like, if I didn't want it that way, I'm still fucking like, I'll never buy them again because of that reason. And they're not bad. Like, if you like fruit snacks, they're pretty good. But I
buy fruit snacks.
I do too. I have a problem when I go into grocery stores. I spend $300 on myself.
For how long?
I mean, it's a couple weeks, but
That's still a lot of food for a couple of weeks for one dude.
yeah, I literally have a problem.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I go in there, I'm like, oh yeah. And literally, I'm like, I'm stacking shit on the cart, and I'm like,
Michaela spends about $150 for 2 weeks for our family.
yeah, I have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a problem.
But I mean, I guess eating like so.
But we also
so-
we buy from like the discount meat section, and we always check the clearance shit because it's all fucking
Right, and I don't.
yeah. Like,
Again.
there was even a time where we got into Esches pretty good for a while because there's some good fucking shit there, dude. And it's just like stuff that is expired but doesn't really ever go bad,
Right.
but they just can't sell it anymore. But it's heavily discounted because of that. It's great. There's some pretty
Yeah, I mean, I'm
interesting-
just not good at like when it comes to like.
There's some pretty interesting hot sauces actually at Esches.
Yeah,
It's weird.
get some. We'll fucking try them out.
No, I mean they're not like anything fancy, like spicy, but some interesting little.
I mean, I
flavors.
like non-spicy hot sauce too.
Yeah.
So
We all do.
I
If
still,
it tastes fucking good, we like it.
I still love the ones I got from Hawaii. They've had it on hot ones before, the adobo chicken ones. Because I've got 2 of them. One's like the smoky ghost pepper, and the other one's like chili pepper water, which is hot. They're so
I don't really like ghost pepper flavor. Is my thing. Like I have some.
smokiness saves it.
I have a couple, but like I like habanero is like my flavor profile. Like I like habanero stuff like a lot.
A straight ghost pepper, no, but like this is like a smoked ghost pepper. So, and like heavily smoked.
Do you know what ghost pepper is used for, like originally?
No.
So
Scaring ghosts.
the reason why we started cultivating as people, humans,
For
was
medicine.
in India.
Or
No, it was to deter elephants to going into fucking crops.
elephants are weird, dude.
No, ghost pepper fucks up elephants.
Ghost pepper fucks up humans.
Right. No, we eat that shit for fun.
The elephants just. Huh?
Yeah, they literally they'll put it around their crops.
Can you imagine sneaking an elephant, a death nut, just to see what happens?
I'm sure. I mean,
It might die.
nah, the elephant's not gonna die from the scenario. It's fucking huge. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
we
was shit.
we use ghost pepper to deter elephants and for pleasure.
If you could kill an elephant with a peanut, that'd be a problem.
I mean, you get lodged in like an air canal.
I would imagine.
what?
That'd have to be a big peanut.
I'm sure the air canals are not that big.
Probably big enough for a peanut to pass.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a fucking spicy peanut in your fucking lungs.
That's
Still might
a problem.
irritate it to death.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, man. You just kind of feel it jumping around in your lungs.
I mean, like when you choke on your own spit, we have problems as humans.
I remember when I found out as a kid. So, you know, like when you drink a bunch of
Oh,
water.
I'm getting a beer.
Yeah, like,
How's your beer?
oh, I'll take another one. Cool. Remember, like when you, like I remember as a kid, I found out that if you drink like a lot of water and then you move yourself around, you can hear it like moving around in your stomach.
I do this as an adult. It's pretty fun.
It is.
Like kind of like after like a long run or something, I'm all.
You can like feel it and hear it like moving around. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you know me too. Like I pound fucking beverages and water and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it happens more often than where I'm like, oh, I'm kind of uncomfortable because I drank too much water.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember having water in my lungs after my first triathlon when I almost drowned. And then I was like trying to ride a bike, like
I've never had a drowning problem.
coughing with water. Well, it was the first time I opened water, like
I love
with
swimming
other
in
people,
water. Yeah.
and I got ran over during my breaststroke.
It's also just even without being run over, it's a different kind of environment.
Right. So like I've been on open water before, that kind of stuff, but like
That was a big thing in swimming. Like obviously you want to be in first anyways because you want to finish first. But like if you're in the lane next to the guy who's in front of you, and you have to breathe in his wake, it fucks you up so bad.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I literally I came up for my breath scenario to roll back in,
Just
but as I did it, I got
sucked
ran
in a bunch of
over
air.
by
through
something
water.
much faster than me. So I'm like fucking almost drowning. I literally sucked in so much that I like swimming and I'm good at swimming and that kind of stuff. But I never had really done it in a competition scenario prior to this.
Yeah.
And so when I got ran over, it was brutal. And so then I'm riding the bike in the first 2 miles. I'm breathing out water. Just weird water is just coming out where I'm I did it for 3 or 4 miles on the bike, and then I'm like, okay, now I can start actually pedaling and getting my fucking pull going. It just felt like the water I have a picture where I'm I look fucking pretty fucking badass in the picture, but internally I'm dying.
Yeah, I wish I kind of would have stayed in the master's swimming program after high school, but it's $400 a month to swim.
That's a lot of coin.
It's a good program because it's still competitive style workouts. It's just outside, once you graduate from high school and you become an adult, you go into the master's program. And where the workouts are almost just as hard, it's just they don't train you competitively. Because you don't
Right, you're not trained for competition.
Right, you don't race anymore, you just stay in shape.
Yeah.
So they're still hard, but you're not training for speed and whatever, you're just getting a good cardio workout.
Swimming's great for that scenario. It's zero impact.
Yeah.
So it's super good for being fit, healthy, and that's why that's one of the reasons why triathlons are so huge as it is, because you have all these 3 major cardio scenarios that you fucking do.
I'll probably do another triathlon at some point. Pretty fat right now, but I took a piss and I might have to take a shit.
Hate that.
Like, I walk back over here and I'm like,
You feel poop coming?
yeah, and I'm like, I should have just taken a shit. I'll give it a couple minutes and like spool it up again. But
I like the. I don't know if you ever have like the multiple poop sections.
oh, that's me in general.
Like where you poop and you think you're done. Like 2 minutes, you're like, fuck, I'm not done.
I have that problem a lot actually, especially like after I work my legs. And like for me too, like especially like now working from home also. I'm like, oh, I can just get up and take a shit whenever. I don't know, like, you know, time it out or anything like
Well,
that.
it's a pretty common thing for me. That's why I'm usually on the toilet for like 10 minutes. Or I can just push it out and then go back and do it again. Like I'll just stay there for a bit.
Yeah, I have the problem like when I like
TikTok.
let's say I don't eat for like, you know, I have a problem where I kind of won't eat for like 20 hours or something, and then I'm like hungry, so I'll fucking like just destroy something, and then I'm like, oh, I feel terrible because I just ate like fucking a meal and a half worth of food all on my own,
Yeah.
like in 10 minutes, and then I'm like, ugh, and then I go poop, and then you sit there for 10, 15 minutes, and you go
It's
shake
like you
shit
have
again.
to poop just to clear room for the other food to digest.
We talk about shit a lot in this podcast.
We do. It's just a common
And
theme.
cars.
We talk about everything. Pocket peas.
Oh, she's got one. Dude, that's never. I will never forget that. It's funny as shit.
I think that should be on your tombstone if you ever die.
If you ever die.
We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the next like 20 years. It's
True.
possible.
I can become a vampire, live forever.
I don't believe in vampires. I'm just saying modern
Well,
medicine.
you've already got the skin tone down for that.
Your sleep schedule's close.
All you need is fangs and an appetite for blood.
He may have an appetite for blood. We don't know. He might be hiding it from us.
I don't know.
He's not really denying it.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Like when I feel my teeth with my tongue, it feels somewhat like I have a little bit of fang, but not really.
Well, we have canine like
Yeah.
scenarios. Like, what the fuck?
Mine never filed out because even like before I got braces, like they still really don't. But before I had braces, like they didn't touch anything. They didn't touch my other teeth, so they never filed down. So they're still like, they're not
Yeah,
as
you
sharp
don't really
as,
have like.
they're not as sharp as they used to be. Like they used to be fucking sharp.
I mean,
Like I probably could have.
this one's been worked on, so it's whatever it is.
Like I probably could have pierced my tongue at one point with my teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just spending so much money at the goddamn dentist. Again, I was there for 3 hours yesterday.
Skip veneers and call it a day.
What?
Skip veneers and call it a day.
I mean, the front four are. So, and I'm gonna get fucking. I need to get this wisdom tooth moved, or removed, probably removed, and then I'm gonna get an implant there, and then I need 3 implants over here, and then there's one more over here. So like I have like another like $8,000 worth to spend on top, and I'm like getting my mouth like healthy, and then we're gonna start that process.
Yeah.
So yeah, yesterday like it was supposed to be number 3 was supposed to be an overlay, so just on top, but then it like turned out to be worse. So like they fucking made an inlay, which is cheaper for some reason, even though it's more work and more material, just because I don't have to like worry about it like falling off is kind of the thing. So like. And like, so they started with that one yesterday, and I had 2 other ones like filled. So like, while that one's cooking, this one's just kind of open. They're like, okay, well, like we're gonna come back after like your other side gets numb. So then you're just like feeling on it, like, man, that thing is like hollowed the fuck out. Like, but it looks good. So I mean, yesterday was only like $400, $500, something like that. I mean, it's better than spending $2,000 on a fucking, root canal and then a veneer on top and all that. Because like I was lucky, like like I had no money when the front ones were done, and the dentist there at the time, he still owns like the building and stuff like that. He just works at one of their other offices.
I noticed that.
And but he was like, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna teach somebody how to like to do root canals. Like they just came out of med school, that kind of thing. And like he hooked me up. It was literally $5,700 just taken care of.
Dope.
And that's one of the reasons why, like, I'll send everybody to that fucking place, because he gets money out of the deal, that kind of stuff. And he's a fucking dope dude too. Like,
Yeah.
when he did that shit, like, he just did it in a t-shirt. Like, I helped design my teeth and shit. Like, it was fucking dope.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's fucking tatted up sleeves both sides. He's a fucking dope dentist. His teeth's not perfect. He's like, I fucking hate being in the fucking scenario too. So, like, my shit's not perfect. So, like, I understand, like, if you're not, like, wanting to like to do this, because nobody does. But right now, like, their whole team on the office that I go to is 100% women. There's not a man in the fucking building. And the current dentist I've been dealing with recently, the last few times, she's fairly new there, but she honestly should be a surgeon. Her, like, you can just tell, like, the hand movement is just, like, perfect. There's no, like, weird shit about it. It's just perfect. She should have been a goddamn surgeon. Like, when she, like... And then the other one that's there right now is, her name's Heidi, and she's fucking super dope, too. Like, they're fucking... If anybody, like, needs a dentist scenario, like, Fort Collins Bond Dentistry is rad as fuck. So, and, like, they remember you, like, everything. Like, there's never a problem. Like, when I walked in there, because they asked me if I could come in early, and I was like, I'll try. See if I can come in a little early, just because we had the fucking event yesterday. And so I was like, I had planned on doing that and some work and that kind of stuff, so I, like, didn't really want to leave super early. But I came in there early, and just like, thank you for coming in early. Didn't even, like, still mask on. It wasn't like it was, like, specifically, like, they knew specifically it was me. It was perfect. I love that place. And it's one of those things, like, the dentist, too, is, like, the more you go, the easier it is. Mm-hmm. Just because, like, I feel amazing after I leave that place every time. Always feel fucking good.
Yeah.
Never a problem. And, before I turned 25, we went to the dentist, like, fucking 6 times. Probably.
I didn't like a single one.
No. We never fucking... My parents were terrible about that. That's why, like, our parents have horrible teeth. Like, we have bad genetics anyways, too, so... As far as tooth goes.
I need to go more often. I even made sure in my benefits summary that I got, because we were able to change it now. I was like, I made sure that I had dental and I need to start going.
I mean, for me, I'm there at least every 3 months. Just because of the periodontal bullshit, so...
I need to get, like, an official cleaning, but ever since I got my braces off, I've been pretty adamant about taking care of my teeth. Brushing and flossing and...
Well, I mean, it's only been, what? It's not been that long since you've had them off.
First of the year.
So, I mean, you're within that 6 months time frame. So, like, yeah, just every 6 months in that scenario, you
I'm
gotta
sure there's
fucking
probably,
run it
like, some plaque and tartar that needs to be, like, picked off.
Right.
But for the most part...
But that's why you go
I
every 6 months.
floss, I keep it from building up. Just whatever's there from the braces is still there. I just haven't. I'm also trying to figure out my dental insurance, because it's kind of complicated right now.
Dental, like, insurance is fucking dumb as fuck. Anyways, like, comparatively to, like, health insurance even.
Well, I wish I would have had the insurance that I'm looking at when I got braces, because it would have all, like, been covered. But especially, like, now for how cheap it would be for all 3 of us to be on this dental plan.
I mean, it helps, that's kind of thing, like, the mine tops out at $3,000 every year.
Dorothy's already got 2 cavities. But it's hard to brush a kid's teeth. Like, she's getting better at it, but it's still not, I mean...
It's kids' teeth, it happens.
That's the thing, like, she has to go again, you don't, like, really get your cavities filled, they just put, like, a sealant on it. So it's $100 a visit. She's already done one, she has to do one more to her second coat. I was like, that's a lot for, like, temporary teeth.
Right.
And I get it, it's for the pain, discomfort, gum damage, that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, it's good for the entire health system.
No, and I get it, but I was like, that's a lot for teeth that won't be there forever.
I mean, $100 is pretty cheap, to be pretty.
Not for my energy, it's not.
I'm like, if mine was $100, like, my cleanings alone are like $150 with insurance, and I do that every 3 months.
So like, with this insurance, the reason I'm like kind of want to get it is because like cleanings are free. It's only
I have extra shit that you don't get.
Yeah.
So, and that's just from that fucking gum disease scenario that, like...
Every time you describe that to me, dude, I couldn't imagine, like, the whole scraping your gums thing.
Yeah, they scrape your gums, and then, like, And then if I want to spend a little bit more money, I'll get them UV'd as well. So you're just basically getting lasered. You're getting laser on your gums. It's kind of painful. What is happening? But I mean, again, it's worth it. And like, I wish that mine and Eric's parents were more adamant about going to the dentist and like doing the thing, because like I wouldn't be in this position as badly. Like I know like we'd still have issues because again our genetics. Like I was, our aunt lives on the street here. She's the most like, you've met her, the most tedious person on everything. It's like everything's perfect, everything, and she still gets cavities, and she doesn't do like fucking 6-pack of fucking tea. Like she's not that person anyways. And so I'm like, well, if she's having issues, like I know I was gonna have issues, but it'd be a lot easier to deal with if I'm going,
and not as much money. Also.
Right.
Like all the cavities I have are from my childhood. Like all my back ones, like they're filled like crazy.
Right. Well, and that's like the benefit too of like if you look at all my fillings that I got yesterday, like so number 3 over here. They don't look like that.
White, yeah.
So like the Cerac stuff that they have now is like so fucking
this is
dank.
like I got these over 10 years ago, like when they still used like metal.
Yeah, it's great.
Whatever that little thing it's good. It's good stuff. It's visible.
Right. And luckily it's a back scenario, so it's not too bad. Like.
I should really gold calf one of these bad boys. Maybe a grill. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm happy, like, that I got, the place that I have, because they're dope.
I've heard grills are actually pretty gross.
Well, they are gross.
Yeah.
Think like denture scenario, but like metal that corrodes and oxidizes and it's not good for your jawline and your gums and all those kind of things. So it's like one of those things, like, that's why they see like rappers, they like, it's in there like during the video, and then it's fucking out.
Yeah.
There's just so much bacteria and shit. Like it's just standard eating food and whatever. It's just everything. Like much the same way like we have to clean our shit as it is. And I'm lucky now that like I have the opportunity to like fix my shit, and I'm not like in a position that I'm fucked anymore. Because for a long time, me and Eric were fucked out of the deal.
Yeah.
So.
He didn't get paid much at all. Dad didn't care. He's got health insurance now, but he didn't have before.
Well, I mean, as they age, they definitely fucking need it. Because what? He's fucking 61. Debbie's 66.
Yeah, they don't pay for dental insurance, but they do a dental plan with.
Well, the thing is, like, again,
Dentist.
with dentists, like, the dental insurance isn't that great in general. It's like vision insurance. Like, you basically just pay for what you would pay for it over time. Where dental insurance, you get a little bit of, like, a discount here and there, but you still basically pay what you're paying.
It's just little payments versus big out-of-pocket stuff.
Right, and that's kind of like the difference with that. Like, I mean, I pay for everything. I need to get fucking new glasses too. These ones are pretty old at this point.
Same.
I don't know where to go, to be honest. So.
I already told you.
Yeah. Do they sell like good brands of fucking frames?
Yeah, they do Oakley's, they do Maui Jims for prescription. Like they've got the nice brands.
Okay.
I got the cheaper one because first pair of glasses, whatever. Then I love these.
They look great too.
They look good. They were $80.
That's not bad at all.
And they're safety glasses. And the $80 was partially because I got one of the frames that wasn't free, because like it was covered through work. So the free ones you can get were like safety goggles.
I kind of like that style though when you're working on like stuff, because remember I had some for a while because they're cheap for one.
They are. They were free, but I was like, I want to look decent. They're gonna be on my face all the time. So the frames were like $50, and then
which is still fucking.
Paid an extra $30 for the blue light coating. Since
Where'd
I
you
stare
go?
at fucking tablets and monitors and shit all day. Huh?
Where'd you go first?
Over there.
it's not far from here, but yeah.
It's like right across from my house. It's off Drake.
Drake and.
Just Drake and Shields.
Yeah, Drake and Shields, kind of
Okay.
over.
Because normally when I go get glasses, I always go to Pearl Vision by PetSmart.
Fuck that corporate shit, dude. Just kidding. Do what you want.
I just need to go.
They've just been friendly to me, and that's
my thing is, I just want like the better frame scenarios. And like for years, like we went to fucking just
I-
Sears, because the Sears scenario was like
I Care Associates.
I Care Associates. Because like Sears, like the shit was cheap, like as far as like the frames and everything went.
It's off of Worthington and Drake.
So yeah, like
east of Shields.
I'm just, I'm looking at somewhere else to go now because there's no like Sears optical stuff anymore. So like I just went there because like they sold the good brands for fucking half the price as everybody else.
Yeah, so these guys like even
Yeah,
they're-
mom's insurance always covered part of the frames or whatever.
We haven't been on Mom's Insurance and
What? Well,
Their
I don't even want to discuss that. Just hearing Mom's Insurance pisses me off because I'm out lots of money because of that
like their
situation.
entire showroom, like all the walls are covered in glasses. There's
Good.
so many. They do like every single make you could.
So yeah, I need to I just need to fucking get like an appointment and just make it done. I just haven't done it yet. I need to. I've been paying for vision insurance for 3 years and haven't fucking used it, so I might as well use the fucking money.
Yeah.
paying for it.
Like even if I like just having the whole safety glasses thing was nice. Though it took me a while to get used to the. It's not as bad as it was. Like when I first got these with that blue light coating, like super reflective lenses, where
Yeah.
I could see my fucking eyes.
Well,
I
mine
still
are
kind of can.
mine are gnarly anyways because they look like that.
Yeah.
They're super thick because I'm.
Same. Mine are.
Yours don't even fill out the fucking frames.
I'm a Plano in my left eye and a negative 0.5 in my right eye. I'm pretty fucked up.
Mine is roughly negative 700 and negative 450, roughly.
Yeah, like it's
I don't know.
now that I've had them on for a while. Like taking them off, it's crazy the slight difference it makes. Like that's all blurry.
I remember when we were talking about it, we were like, you're like, sometimes like I just like it's not in focus, and I was like, have you got like your eyes checked? And you're like, no, and then like when you actually like how much better like you saw just from that like
just from the slight adjustment in this right eye, everything's just that much clearer.
yeah. I just think it would fucking get it done. I like to get some blue light filter. I'm thinking about spending all the money and just having like 3 pairs, like scenario. Because like when I'm doing color stuff, I don't want to have the blue light filter at all. So I want like a full regular set.
Color stuff.
So if I'm doing like color matching stuff, that's like half the reason why I got good monitors too. That's for color stuff. So if I'm like like they want to match this one or whatever, I want to do the thing. So color stuff with the blue light filter doesn't work well because it's cutting out a lot of blue light out of the deal.
But you can still match colors.
Yes and no. So the idea is
Depends on the
if
shade
it's
of blue.
different for you than it is for somebody else. Like let's say they want like a specific this one, and you're looking at it a different way. Like on coding, once it's already like in there, it's done. But let's say you're creating something.
Let's say if you're matching a color, it should be fine. I guess if you're creating something, like
Right.
yeah, matching, you're gonna see that color through the lens. Anyways.
Right, but if you're making the
But if
scenario,
you're like, I want this color, and then I can see that.
right. So and so this is just like your own preference on the scenario. So like basically, I want to get the blue light filter because I'm again staring at these fucking
So you
monitors.
just like double check. It's like yeah, that's it.
Yeah, except for I'm blind as fuck.
It's still
So-
the same color, just fuzzy colors.
Oh, he's a lot more blind than you think he is.
I know. I'm bold.
Me, it'd be fine, but otherwise,
I've bowled with those glasses on. It was aggressive.
and how'd you fare?
I think I hit a pin.
I don't remember.
A pin?
We did. That was a lot of drinking at the same time. It was like, it's when we were doing that beer bowling league up at Chippers
I heard of that.
that Schrader's was putting on.
We really should have done that fucking rum one. That sent you that? Because Chris sent it to me. It was like again the kind of the drunk bowling league where you can just go whenever during the week to do it, and it was like super cheap and you got like a fucking like
Oh yeah.
32
yeah.
ounces of rum and shit.
Yeah,
Like
that's right. You got like a ton of food and booze included.
should have just done it. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna go in and get like 3 pairs of fucking glasses. So like one that I wear, one I'm staring at my screen, one that's like more safety oriented. So like when I'm like again like in a sparring race or a fucking run race or whatever, I can have something that's like a little bit more protective on the scenario, and then one for just normal stuff. Plus, then they last. You don't have to worry if you break one. You're also like, oh, cool. I'm fine. Whereas like if you broke one, you could survive on life without that.
Yeah, if I had these off for a day, like I'd be fine.
But for me, I can't.
You'd be fine. Your eyes are correct themselves.
It'd be hard for him.
I am. I know. I'm kidding.
Honestly, you should go look at fucking LASIK.
I probably do.
As much as you spend on your fucking glasses too. I
spend
can't have
good money
LASIK.
on them for how not so bad my eyes are.
What's your prescription?
I don't remember anymore. It's nothing bad though.
So yeah, you need to get your eyes checked then. If you can't remember your prescription.
It's
been a
Eric. He
while.
doesn't remember shit. Also,
Oh, okay, Seth.
Exactly. I don't remember shit.
I remember everything. So it's gravy for me.
Like, if you would look at these, you'd be like, "There's not much difference."
Well, I bet you guys would probably almost trade because you're both are negative still. Try this out.
No, just looking like, dude, you've got, like, not to be rude, but you've got a very aggressive resting bitch face.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, see, his aren't like super crazy.
For me, yeah, they are.
I mean, the last time like I remember you were like sub 200s.
See, having those on for 5 seconds, that's all crystal clear now. Cause that like,
Eric, try his real
there's
quick.
no difference.
I mean,
right
you
now.
only have the one eye that's like barely done. Eric has both. He needs them for both eyes.
Ooh, Versace.
Dude, you look.
You're like a fucking serial killer.
I can read.
Why do those look so murderous on you?
It looks like double vision, partially. But otherwise, not bad.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm plano on my left eye and -5 on my right. -0.5. So -50. Not
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, it's not much at all.
Dude, these look crazy on his face. Holy shit. Keep with the open frame. Does this look like you were about to fucking murder somebody? That was nuts, man. You went from like just normal Eric to like Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
So I need to get a tan. I need to get pink hair in one of those so I look like a crazy.
That would be amazing. I can't wait to see you fucking tan. Because you've never been tan your entire life.
I think the closest I got to was.
Oh, dude, can you do orange hair?
I'm not gonna do orange hair. No.
That's,
It's either gonna be
You know,
green is kind of oompa loompa though too.
Green could be green or orange, then get like the purple overalls. Great.
Oompa loompa doobity doo.
I've got another puzzle for you. Then he stabbed him in the throat.
like if it.
The making of a murderer.
Oh my god.
I can't wait till we do that. That's gonna be fucking fantastic.
Maybe if it was a shiny green, possibly that was light,
Okay.
not
Look,
dark.
again, I'm gonna talk to Chris to see
No,
what he'll
like,
actually do.
It's gonna be like all bright colors, whether you're green, pink, orange, whatever. It's gotta be like that bright fluorescent hot color. It's gotta completely contrast the spray tan.
Because I wouldn't mind the idea of me having either like a bright green or a bright blue or bright pink hair.
Don't do blue. That's what fat lesbians do. No offense.
They do pink too.
Yeah, but blue is kind of their thing. Blue just doesn't look good.
I got.
I've never
So-
seen a girl with blue hair that like.
Did I tell you about the lesbian couple that I met last Saturday?
Uh-uh.
I didn't tell you about this. So last Saturday, I'm bored at home. I didn't really want to play video games anymore. I was like, this is sitting here like watching videos. I'm bored, so I just went to Tony's. And so I sit down there and I'm like, get a drink or whatever, and I'm just like chilling, playing phone games. Just 'cause, like I like the noise and that kind of shit. So I'm like, cool. And then these two lesbians and like one of their brothers like sits down next to me at the bar. And apparently like one of them like to like.
It sounds like a shitty joke you're setting up. Like, so 2 lesbians and their brother walk in.
So One of her name is Rosie. The other one's name is Drea. And then I don't remember the brother's name. I don't give a fuck.
Is Rosie the one with the colored hair?
So Rosie is the butch lesbian of the pair.
Yep.
And she's like this
Makes sense.
short, stocky Mexican lady.
Makes sense. Yep.
And she looks intimidating. But
normal Mexicans look intimidating. Not even the crazy bush lesbian ones. Just normal ones. Can be
but
scary.
they start talking to her because I guess her wife Drea was like, you should make friends. You have no friends. And so they start talking to me you want a shot? I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll get a shot. So we don't know what to drink. And they're like, for one, Rosie's 37 and Drea's 30. Okay, so they should have been around the block on the drinking. They've never had a Vegas bomb. They've never had a fucking Jaeger bomb. They never had all sorts of shit. So we're getting shots and we're having a fucking ball. To the point and then Rosie walks to go to the bathroom or whatever, and Drea's this she's a bigger girl, but she's really pretty for being she's not a gross big girl. She's really pretty, just kind of just chilling. She's definitely we're talking. She's yeah, Rosie just doesn't make friends or whatever, and I don't know why. And then we turn around Rosie's talking to other people now that she's been talking to me, and she's just having a good fucking time. Hey, and they're both super fun and shit, and all three of them are fun as fuck. And we're just having a ball, and they're we fucking we should hang out more often. I was like, sure, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me, but yeah, it's just and it was kind of funny. She's like, sorry, babe, I guess I like dick. And it was just it was super fun, and it's just a random scenario that I was
sorry, I guess I like dick.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. They have my phone number if they want to hang out, which we'll see, but as people typically do, I'm whatever.
Yeah. Especially at a bar, it's a lot of talk.
Right. They're hey, his girlfriend's birthday is next fucking week. You want to come hang out? I was like, well, call me. I don't.
My nephew's bar mitzvah's a couple weeks ago.
It's kind of the same scenario, but yeah, Rosie looks that scary, and she's they're both super nice, and I was like, it's just because you look this way. I'm sure that's why you fucking have that problem.
Yeah. Fix your shit. Just kidding, you're fine.
But she would be if her hair was colored, it would be bright pink, for sure. Eric, you just want to look like a lesbian. It's fine.
It's gonna be great.
You're gonna be tan, pink. I'm gonna figure out what you need to wear a banana hammock.
Dude, it's either a banana hammock or nothing, man. What are you gonna? You can't wear shorts.
Yeah,
I mean,
You're not wearing shorts.
It would kind of be funnier if he did. So he's got these big old fucking huge tan lines.
It'd be kind of funny, but just go for it, man.
Yeah, just do it.
You're gonna half-ass it.
I'm gonna have that.
I kind of want that. So here's the thing. I kind of want all of the above. So I kind of want the everything. I also kind of want the banana hammock scenario, and I also kind of want the boxer shorts.
I kind of want some fun little stencil stickers to put on his body. So it'd be kind of reverse tattoos.
So no, if we do it twice, because we want to do it twice, right?
Right.
So then the first one, so they're bare, so it basically looks like you have tattoos. Because once you spray it again, that side is only one level of spray tan, and the rest around it is 2 levels. It would be pretty funny.
You know, a little tramp stamp or something.
You can put elf just on your chest. The big ass elves.
Put Davis. It's a sick tat. It looks cool. Trust me. It looks dope. If I had stupid money, I would definitely.
I just love how so we started playing GTA 5 again a little while back, and this guy is taking it way too seriously.
So how familiar are you with GTA?
Not familiar.
So it's completely open.
I know that.
Do your shit. So you can run businesses, you can run drugs, guns, whatever. So I own a business where I'm the CEO. So my character's walking around with a clean shaven suit. I just take it too seriously. So
When he sees me,
so see him. So I need more of
I
that.
just have board shorts, a fucking mustache cut into my fucking chest and dreads.
Cornrows.
Cornrows.
So I was like, whatever. So I went. I found myself some dope shorts, no shirt. I got like a different hairstyle, like whatever. Just loosened up a little bit. But then I was looking at tattoos, and then there was one in the game.
Well, to mind you, his last name is Davis.
Yeah.
So in the game, one of the tattoos right across the chest is just Davis. It's like this like cityscape behind it, and I was like, I can't not put that tattoo on it. But if I had like stupid money and didn't care, I would absolutely get that same exact tattoo and relax. Bam.
It wouldn't be that expensive.
It'd be a decent amount.
I might fund it.
It'd be a decent amount of work.
We should ask somebody.
It'd be a
He
decent.
knows some people.
I know too many people that will give me unlimited free tattoos if I wanted tattoos. I don't want tattoos, so like I don't get them. But I know several tattoo artists that would do my
You should
entire
just
body
get
for free.
Tattoos and a bunch of like that. What is it like the blacklight ink? So you can't really see them, but as soon as you go into a club, you're just fucking tatted, dude. I've always kind of liked the idea of that, just having like a tattoo.
Neat.
Like having a sleeve, because you can kind of see it during the day, because you can tell where it is. But it's like a tattoo on a
It's
black
faint,
person.
yeah.
It's very faint. But it's reacting to black light, so as soon as you step under a black light, like it just fucking glows.
So we should
Imagine
look.
having like an entire sleeve that like no one can really see.
We should. I will.
People just think you have vitiligo.
We need. If you really want this Davis tattoo, which I think it would be funny.
It would be funny. I gotta see how committed I am to it.
I'll see
It's
how.
one of those situations where like, yeah, I'm totally down to get it until someone's like, I'll fund it. Like, I don't know if I'm really down to get it.
I'm willing to fund it.
I don't know if I'm that willing. I have to look at it closer and see what's going on. I also think there's just something a little douchey about getting your name tattooed on yourself.
Well, that's not so bad. If it's your
Right.
name.
That's kind of the point, though.
But if it's your name, it's not so bad.
It's
It's really bad, but
stupid.
I think it would be.
Name, you
like
shouldn't get any name tattooed on you, period. Unless the exception is like your kids.
Well, I said like.
Did I ever tell you about the
or
time that I
your
got in
name,
trouble
it's
for
not
this
so bad.
scenario with this kid's tattoo problem?
You mean?
Fuck Amanda. It's Amanda's fault why I got in trouble for it.
Oh.
So,
Valerie's husband.
yeah. So,
Okay.
my cousin's husband, who like, just like precursor to this scenario.
This
He,
is basically explaining the then.
if they
and
watch
then
this, it's gonna be so fucking funny. I don't care.
Remember the then thing with me?
Stop. Yeah,
this
it's
is
the
this.
same thing. So, like, we've known this guy for a long time now. At this point, like, at this point, they have 3 kids. We've known him. Like, he's been pals. Like, and we we're up in South Dakota for a family reunion. And we were having a good time. We were like friends. Like, we're cool. Like, it's whatever. So, and I never saw this tattoo prior to this or whatever. But he posted a picture of his arm tattoo, and before it said Daddy's Angel. And then it had the daughter's name, so he got it updated to have his 2 sons' names on it as well. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Except for Daddy's was spelled like Daddy's
Plural daddies,
yeah.
not like apostrophe daddies.
So it was Daddy's without apostrophe, and they added the apostrophe to make it plural. For the multiples, so that's what they added. And I saw it, and I was all, "That's dumb." I was like, "I'm not interjecting." And they're from hillbilly land; they don't fucking know the difference, that kind of shit. I was like,
Yeah.
"I'm not saying shit." Amanda texts me. He goes, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You gonna say anything?" Well, I wasn't. You should say something. So I'm like, "God damn it." Because I knew it was going to cause some kind of a problem.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be this extreme. So I put it, it was on Facebook, and so I put a comment. I was like, hey, I'm happy that you have your thing, but as your pal, you should know that means you're the it's different. I remember my exact words. It's spell whips and chains daddy's not fucking with a Y. So I was like, this is what that means or whatever. And then it fucking imploded. Like, I did it very nicely. I was not dickish about it at all. I was like, just so you know, like, this is what that means. This is not quite what you were going for. And, like, he's like, he, like, deletes a picture. He, like, fucking, like, starts, like, people don't like what I want to do. I'm gonna get fucking laser. Like, all this shit. Like, people don't like that I love my kids. And all this shit. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's not what I was going for this.
And Valerie's pissed off at you.
So, like, that whole, like, scenario, like, they're fucking pissed, like, all this stuff. And I'm like...
Would you rather have somebody, like, not say something and just be stuck with a shitty tattoo?
Right.
And people just, like,
so,
thinking
in
behind your
this,
back that you're
you
a
know,
fucking idiot?
they live near Sturgis, and, like, during this time, like, all my tattoo buddies, they go to Sturgis because they make stacks of cash during Sturgis.
Oh, sure.
So I talked to one of them, like, hey, like, if I send my cousin's husband to, like, will you fix it? I'll pay for it. I don't care what it is. And I call him, like, this is what it is. He's like, fuck you, like all this stuff. And I was like, bruh.
I'm trying to help.
I'm just trying to, like, make it correct. I have one of the best tattoo artists ever. I got, like, the best one that I know. The one that I consider, like, if I got a tattoo, I'd get it from him. That's how good he is. Like, he is, like, the jam. And I was like, it will be fixed properly. You won't even know the difference. It'll look dope. I don't care what it costs. I'll pay for it. And he's, like, went off the chain and was like, deleted. I was like, I was willing to fix it, to pay for it. And, like, he had, like, they had, like, their friends messaging me. Like, it was fucking wild. It was fucking wild. And I'm like, just because, like, I'm calling you out on your dumb bullshit, which is, I just want to help you be a better human being.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want. So, yeah, fuck Amanda on that scenario, too, because she caused it, because, like, I was not going to say shit.
Because she wanted to say something, but she knows that if you say it, it doesn't get her in trouble.
Correct.
So, and it was me and Mikkel have been watching, like, the 911 series lately. It's like about cops and firefighters, whatever. And so one of the, it was like the Lone Star Texas version. One of the firefighters, one of the younger ones, goes and gets a tattoo right here, and it's like supposed to, like, guardian angel or whatever. It's like this cool tattoo, but someone fucked it up and said guardian angle. And so, like, the whole episode, they're all just like, they're sitting there just staring at him like, dude, we gotta say something. Someone's gotta say something.
You have to.
You have to. Like, if you're a good friend,
Right.
you have to.
Yeah, I didn't want to just because, like, that reason.
Like, I don't think anybody ever wants to, but, like, somebody who actually cares about, like, a tattoo is permanent. Like, you can get it changed, you can get it lasered now.
Right.
But it's painful and it's just shitty.
It sucks.
Like, because you wanted that tattoo, you can care about it, but if someone points out a flaw, you shouldn't get mad. Be like, thank you.
Could you imagine the guy...
Everybody else is just going to see it and talk shit about you and how
This
dumb
reminds
you are
me
behind your back.
of, like, could you imagine being the guy that got the the regrets tattoo?
No regrets, so not even a single letter?
Right. Like, could you imagine that guy that, like, it got sent out and, like, the internet has been making fun? That shit was fucking 10 years ago. And we make fun of that now.
Was it Were the Millers?
Yeah.
You remember that, where they had a playoff of that? His was no regrets instead of the whole no regrets thing.
Yeah.
He's like, really? Not even a single one? You wouldn't switch anything around if you had to do it again? He's like, no, man, fucking, like, whatever. You're just a douche.
But just imagine being that, like, shitty scenario. That would be fucking... Because nobody told you that, like, you should spell check.
Yeah.
Just look it up on your phone. Goddamn, like...
Yeah.
It's not like we didn't have smartphones in 2010.
Even if you don't have a smartphone, you have the fucking internet.
Right.
Or a dictionary if you don't have internet. Like, there's plenty of ways to find the word regret.
Regret.
Like,
No regrets.
You can go to a school teacher. But
I'm ready to go to a
I don't know
bar.
how to spell.
Same.
So we're going to go to a bar.
You coming?
No.
Fine.
Okay.
We'll see you there, though.
Eric's fun at a bar.
I'm sure he is.
Eric's fun all the time. He doesn't understand. I had this discussion with Lo today, like, where, like, you guys were on the hike when we started biking, and you, like, didn't understand that you were funny.
I'm not going to say that I'm not funny, but I'm also going to say I am funny. It just, I come off funny because weird shit.
No, you are funny. You just don't realize that you're funny.
Because, like, I can be very serious a lot, and then it comes off funny because of something.
Literally, you're explaining it in a very funny manner right now. It comes off. Okay. Well, have a good night if you're still watching.